Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We're here for day 3 of this test match between England and South Africa. Now, we're seeing some very good batting from South Africa during day 2. But now they are sitting 7 down. So more than likely, we will see England bat again, maybe before the end of the session. I am just adjusting a light because it is very bright at the moment. And I believe the conditions today for the cricket aren't looking too bad. Fingers crossed we do get a relatively full day like we had for day 2. But I hope you guys are all doing well. And where can I watch in Turkey? Oh, okay. Turkey's a tricky one. If you have got access to a VPN, you might be able to set yourself up so that you're either in New Zealand for Spark Sport, Australia for Stan Sport, or KO, I think, have got the coverage for this one. But other than that, maybe Sky Sport Now in the UK might be another option for you in Turkey, but you will need a VPN more than likely to be able to watch any of those options. And let's hope South Africa can add 100 to 120 runs today. Says Jackson. Currently, with the way that we've seen Janssen batting, 41 off 57, he's certainly looking aggressive the way that he's playing, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with the bat. And I know where I can watch, or KT, where I can watch from Turkey. Okay. So KT, what does KT stand for? Is that the subscription service I guess you've got at the moment? Not really familiar with the Turkish broadcasters and whatnot. Currently, we are just waiting for the day to get underway. Like I mentioned, the sun is out. Looks like it's going to be a relatively full day. A couple of the notable batsmen in that first innings. First of all, talking about Marco Jansen, 41 runs currently for him. Keshav Maharaj getting 41 off 49 deliveries. He didn't actually get the opportunity to to bowl in that first innings. So now making the most of it with the bat. And also, how's it, guys? Great to be back, says Nkosi. And hopefully your drive did go very smoothly for yourself and you were able to find some coverage of the game. South Africa, they've been batting extremely well from what I've seen. And when you look through at England's lineup here, you've got less than double figures. You've got that big innings from Ollie Pope, less than double figures. Double figures for Stokes, the captain, less than double figures. Broad got himself to 20. Then also 10 for Jack Leach. Everyone else, though, less than double figures. Whereas you look at South Africa, and everyone has been stepping up, trying to help out their side. Elgar, captain, was able to get himself 47. Irvia was able to get 73 of 143 deliveries. 24 for Keegan Peterson. Markram managed 16 off 27. Rassi van der Dusen, 19 off 36. Kyle Verena getting 11, only just making it into double figures, but still managing to get there. And then Maharaj sitting there on 41. So no one for South Africa is yet to get over 10 runs. Sky Sport showing it. I believe they should have the option if it is being shown in England. I assume Sky Sport, whatever. Are you streaming the full day? Probably just the first session for today. And this one, mainly because of the fact that I have been up since a very early hour of the morning. So by the end of the first session, I will probably end up being half asleep. That is why we'll probably just do the one for today. How's it, Hamish? Good to see you again. Missed yesterday due to work, says Darren. And there's also hopefully work was going smoothly for yourself, mate. And you have had a little bit of a chance to catch up with the highlights. And hello, it is gloomy. Oh, is it gloomy at Lord's? No, I think I saw some sunshine earlier, which is something that is very awesome. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. is when Usyk versus Joshua will be taking place. I believe that is actually 6 p.m. UK time. So that will be about maybe 8 a.m. No, actually 4 a.m. for us. A little bit earlier on, a top bloke at it best. New Zealand's finest son of Aotearoa, the Kiwi lads. Sweet like Kiwi. So I love my guy, says Nathan. Welcome. And mate, that is quite the introduction that you've given me there. But do appreciate it very much. I can't actually hear any noise at the moment. So I wonder whether or not it is my headphones or whether it is actually the coverage. Actually, no. It is the fact that I've got the wrong headphone selected. So if we go down to, there we go. We've got Mel Jones in our ears. Matty Potts going to be opening the bowling for day 3. And anyone know what the weather forecast is like for the next couple of days at Lord's? I know that today's supposed to be relatively sunny. I'll have a quick look and see what I can find out for London's weather in the next 2 days, though. See if there's supposed to be any rain. And the driver's lovely. Thanks. Woke up early and rushed to Durban. I test cars, so I'm always on the road. Would love to see Proteas add 50-plus runs. Says Nkosi, yeah, if they can get themselves up to 350, that would be a very handy total. You'll be going in with a leader of about 170, but running in Matty Potts. Just Rabada the short ball, just a warming up delivery there for him. Is your dad joining you? He is not. He is going to be going to sleep as he has to get up nice and early tomorrow. Initially, we did have it planned. My mum also currently going to be going to sleep relatively early. We may have a George for the second hour, depending on what he's up to, though. Maybe. And when is the next South Africa versus New Zealand match? I think we've got quite a bit of time. Maybe across all formats, you're probably looking at the T20 World Cup. We may get to see a match-up, whether that is in the semi-finals. Another short ball from Potts to Rabada. Interesting technique, but I guess it's one of those ways that often tail-enders do find themselves getting out. And also, yes, also in Turkey, no coverage, says Jacques there. And also, I'm from South Africa, so close, or also no free live stream. It is only on DSTV. So it does suck that they don't have any options in like South Africa to be able to watch South Africa play. I feel like that would be the first, like if they were to have any for free. I always say that Springboks and Proteas, what a catch from Stuart Broad, gliding and taking it one-handed. Rabada's going to be the first man who doesn't get himself to double figures. What a ripper of a delivery. What a ripper of a catch for Stuart Broad at the start of day 3. He must have done his warm-ups, and he must have well and truly felt nice and loose going in to the field in position of mid-on. As he's just jumped up high, Stuart Broad. Rabada not able to get it over the top. Broad sees it early, leaps with the one hand, and I don't think many people, there was one man who was way quicker than everyone else reacting to it in the crowd. He must have seen it early. Can Rabada bat? He's normally not too bad, although he is now just dismissed. 3 runs off 10 deliveries. 1 minute into day 3, and we have seen a wicket fall for South Africa already. Why you never commentary darts? Says Andrew Sinclair. The thing is, Kiwi-led sport, we have got a few sports we have tried out in the past, and darts could be one in the future if that is something you guys want to see. It's more of the case of we want to make sure we're doing sports that you guys, or a majority of you guys, don't mind watching as well. And I feel like darts is kind of a unique niche. Some people enjoy watching darts, but I think darts is one of those ones that's better when you can actually see the board, if that makes sense, rather than just telling everyone how many points each guy has got. And also, what do you think? Which 4 international teams going to make it to the semi-finals of 2020 World Cup this year? Or sorry, T20 World Cup this year. I think we're going to see Australia, England, although that would mean New Zealand miss out, so that's a tricky one for that group. And then India and Pakistan. And Broad, my aching bollocks, Sebastian. He's done very well there with that catch. Exactly the start that they wanted. And man, says Nkosi, and also South Africa versus New Zealand in the rugby next match, says Connor Crowley. So next match for rugby-wise, I think is going to be the Rugby Championship next year. It's quite a wee while till we get to see it take place. But now at the crease, Andrik Nokia, he had a very decent day with the ball. His best is 40. His average is 7, though. So you would think that this will be over probably relatively quickly for the batting side of things. But Janssen still has the potential of being able to get himself a 50 here. And aren't South Africa 8 down now? They certainly are. My scoreboard has gone to sleep. Wait for it. There we go. Has just updated to Nokia at the crease. And Matty Potts going to be bowling the first delivery. It's a short ball again. And it's just going to be left alone. So it seems like Potts has been given the ball, and they're just going to continue probably bowling bounces. And when is the T20 World Cup? I believe it's in about 120 days, about 4 months' time. It's when it's going to be taking place, just before the KFC Big Bash, I believe. In fact, it might actually be less than that. Sorry, I think it's actually about 70 days. I'll get the exact days for you here, though. So, the exact amount of days until we get to the T20 World Cup is 56 days. And that is actually the exact same time as the International Rugby League World Cup starts. England winning, says Connor, not particularly at the moment. They are behind by 124 runs. So they will definitely need a solid second innings with the bat. The best thing for them is to get South Africa 2 more wickets down, end up with them bowled out for less than 300. I think that will be relatively tricky to do with this inform Protea side. It's on October last week. Says it was Triple H and Box and ABs need to play 3 matches for the Freedom Cup every year. The biggest rivalry in rugby deserves a conclusive result. And the thing is, it's always 1-1, isn't it? Last year we saw 1-1. This year 1-1. Everyone just continues to ask the question, like, yeah, if there was a third match, who would be able to get themselves the victory? And at the stage, South Africa's got the edge on England, says Jacques Smith. It'll be the end of the Matty Potts over. 78 overs down now that they have bowled. So they've got 2 more and then a new ball, which more than likely we will see Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson get to bowl with. But currently it looks like the captain and Ben Stokes will get the opportunity. Currently he has got himself 3 wickets. Potts has got 2. Leach has got 1. And Anderson has got 1 also. So it's interesting. Stuart Broad, has he got 1 yet? Because if he has, he's got 100 wickets at Lords. If he hasn't, though, who got? No, I don't know if Broad. I think Broad may have gotten an early wicket. Or he had 1 disallowed anyway, didn't he? I'm watching it on TV. It says kind of there. I think next year we can have a proper, or can we have a proper referee? Maybe Nigel Owens, not that ref. Cost us the A double over the ABs. And will we see England bat in this session? I think so. At the moment, Nokia sitting on 0 off 3 with an average of 7. Normally, you wouldn't expect to see any more than about 20 balls faced by that man. Janssen sitting on 41. It's more of the question of, does he start to swing a bit more, or does he just allow the runs to tick over slowly? Got a couple options here. It looks like they want him to get the single. They've put about 7 men back at the moment, maybe even more for England, willing to give him the single, and they want Nokia to then have strikes. So the question is, does Janssen go big and try and go through all the fielders in the deep? No, he doesn't. He played that one very strategically. Right behind the ball, of course, being about 2 meters tall does make it relatively tricky to be able to get down to your toes. So maybe Ben Stokes tries a Yorker every once in a while for this one. And also, come on, England, says Connor, and Ben Stokes is a very good all-rounder, says G2. Yeah, he's got a lot of class with the ball, and it's one of those guys for England that sometimes can just continue to bowl until he gets the wicket. He doesn't like not picking up a wicket each spell that he does. And that is why we've seen him bowl 12 overs. He's got 3 wickets, but he would have bowled about 10 in a row if it meant that he knew he was getting a wicket at the end of it. Just the kind of fight that you want to see from the English skipper. Wes Donner as well says far. She is currently, I believe, almost going to bed. This stage she was going to be getting up, I think, some stage relatively early tomorrow. But yeah, I am all alone at this point in time in terms of with the chairs next to me. I've only got the one sitting here. But we might have a George later on if we're lucky. I don't think I've heard back from him, though, yet, because he was going to see Top Gun. And also, will you stream the T20 World Cup? I would like to, although we did get a copyright strike last year when we did stream the T20 World Cup, unfortunately. So that's one that we're going to have to be very careful with. It may not be on the main channel. Instead, it may be on the Kiwi Lads Sport, just as a little bit of a safety cautious. And also, I think I've missed 55, says that far. And check Discord, see why going to be on live stream, says Brandon in there. And also a sessional 3, says far. And yeah, we did end up missing 2 yesterday when we did end up going to bed. Although I did still end up watching the second session from my bed. So I made it to sleep at about 3, got up at 8, went to work, came home, and now about 14 hours later, we're live streaming. So it's been a long day, but it's been an enjoyable one. At the moment, Ruan Nokia, or sorry, not Ruan, that is, of course, rugby. Nokia here, though. I'm Rick Nokia. Love to be able to get himself his first run. Quiz says far. We may end up with a quiz, maybe going between the 2 innings and maybe at the first break when it does end up coming around. But I think that first break is going to be the innings changeover. Nokia banging the bat hard on the pitch. Stokes bowls it short and it is left alone. So that seems to be the tactic to Nokia at the moment. Will you do today? Black Cats versus West Indies as the series has become so tough for New Zealand. Says Coding. It's a tough one because it's 6 a.m. that one will be starting. So by the time we finish this one, it will either be once again run off 4 or 5 hours of sleep and then stay up till about 2 a.m. tomorrow night, or sleep through this game and then wake up in the afternoon to do the Bunnings NBC. Oh, that bounced a little bit for Ben Stokes. And can you please stream the second session as well, says Ahmad. We'll see how we're going in terms of tiredness, but at some stage we will need to sleep. as we haven't got a lot of it lately. And also, are you doing the boxing tomorrow, says Connor? We will try to, as long as we find some sleep. I think it starts at 4 a.m. New Zealand time for the boxing. And then alongside that, we got UFC a little bit later on in the day that we are hopefully going to be covering. House defense is looking pretty straight. Got the iron all on, looking very, very nice. And how much points the winning team will gain from a test match, says G2. So I believe the World Test Championship is pretty much all done off win percentage. So currently South Africa, they are sitting in first. England, they are sitting in about 7th. So there could be quite a difference under 315 or over 315, says Yadav. I believe that would be for some sort of bet, isn't it? So 25 more runs. It all depends on what we see from Janssen, whether he does go defensive or whether he does allow a little bit more swinging. Yeti, I don't think, is getting a huge amount of runs, so this is probably their last big partnership that they will be able to have. Well done, ABs. Says Polly Bear there. And Pope George with the stick says far, although it depends on whether he comes round, because if he does come round for this live stream later on, then we could try it, although he'd probably end up hitting us at under 315, says Darren. And South Africa is in a commanding position in this test. Now you think England will play like Baz, like in this situation, says Coding. It's a tricky one because there's still so much time left in the test match. If we had like 1 or 2 days left, maybe they'd look for the draw. But at this stage, you've almost just got to keep on going. Hope for the best. Go at 3 runs and over just to keep yourself at a slight chance of being able to win the test. But more than likely, South Africa will get probably the full last day to bat. Play once again, soft hands from Janssen, and he moves up now to 43. 7 away from his half century here for the all-rounder. And I've placed a bet for under 315. And also we have got their 20K, says Yadav, and I'm going to be doing 4 in a row. 1255 AM, says Brandon, and also 315 plus, says Jacques. Okay, so interesting. We've got someone going under, someone going over for South Africa. But it's going to be a big one. I think with Pope now fielding at bat pad, I think we're going to see more short stuff. Just hope the winner is not English weather, says Darren. Yeah, I did take it out of my poll for today, but does look like it's a relatively sunny day. So fingers crossed. That was actually what I was checking, wasn't it? The London weather. And of course, just because I say what it could be doesn't mean that's what it's going to be. As we know, weather in England can change instantly. Or not quite instantly, but very quickly. So Saturday looks like it's going to be not too bad. Not a lot of rain around. And then Sunday's a bit more cloudy, so that will be day 5. Monday's 90% likely to rain. So it's lucky that it's not going to that stage. And what's up? Says Frosty, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Now we'll go like this. There we go. And Marco Janssen is key. Out him as soon as possible, says Yadav. Yeah, so if he does go out in the next, I'd say 5 runs or so, they'll definitely be under that 315 and shots to be played for sure, says Nkosi. And what did you make of Corey Norman? No idea who that is, unfortunately, unless we're talking NRL, is it? Not too sure. Corey Norman. I'm trying to think why that name sounds familiar. Probably because I know a few Corys. That was almost a bit of an edge from Nokia. He's disappointed not to get bat on it. But I think in that case, if you're going to throw your hands way outside of off stump at a ball and you don't hit it, it's a little bit of a blessing, because at the end of the day, he wasn't middling it because he got nowhere near it. No foot movement, stepping away from the ball. He was never hitting it. Yeah, no, that wasn't a good shot from Nokia. He needs to get on the front foot or commit to that back foot. Try and punch it out through cover. Another short ball bounced over the top. He's been suspended for 8 games. And there it says, is he the one who he was playing with another man's buttocks in the rugby league, wasn't he? Or something along those lines. How he did some inappropriate touching on the field. And Yotu says, hi. We just recorded some severely average goals. Severely average. Can we get a slight hint of what it is? Straight to Sports, do let me know. Was that the podcast? Maybe Where Is Your Mum? She is actually, I believe she's gone to bed. So that is why it is just myself and Bro. Do you remember Singh versus Stewart, brought 2007? Geez, a little while ago, 2007. But I mean, we've seen some interesting ones. I remember Stuart Broad. He's also gone for 6 sixes. That wasn't who hit him for 6 sixes, though, was it? And he's NRL player, says far. And also, what a spectacular catch by Broad. It did look very impressive indeed. And now, Ben Stokes. Looks like he is going to get the new ball for the first over. Bold call to give himself it, but he thinks that he's got a decent crack of being able to go through. Oh, so he was the one who hit him for 6 sixes. That's interesting. I never remember who it was. And yes, I actually pulled out the Hopewadi finger. Says far. Stokes charges with the new ball. He's got 2 slips in Joe Root and also Crawley. That one didn't go through at a huge rate, I don't think. And live in there says that, and is Faf du Plessis retired? It's a good question. Is he still playing Faf du Plessis? Oh, I got a reply from George. One moment. There we go. Oh, nicely played. Yeah, he went and saw Top Gun. And also he is. Oh, okay, so he is retired. And also, can you give me tips how to do on video? Not on my one live stream. And yes, he did retire, says Jacques there. And Yora Singh hit 6 sixes off Stuart Broad in 2007. T20 and Jasper Bumrah, 35 runs off Broad and Test. Unique record. And smacked all around the ground. Was it Durban? I think so. And he plays T20 League. Says Hensel there. And that's the thing. Even some of these old guys, or not old guys, but ex-players at international level, like they go into domestic cricket and they just tear it up. Like I know that Ross Taylor was a menace on the domestic New Zealand scene after he retired for the Black Caps because he's just so hard to get out. Short ball from Stokes, that popped off the surface. A little bit of extra bounce for the captain. Currently Stokes, he's actually the leading wicket taker for England currently. 3 wickets, 55 runs, still relatively high economy rate. That Crawley looks like he is well and truly ready. That one was an awkward bounce. So it did almost go behind the head, I think, by the looks of it. Stokes goes in. Once again, it's short, right on behind it for Nokia. He has yet to get himself a run at this point in time. 12 balls faced, but still out there at the crease, and that is what is important. He wants to help Janssen get to his half century. Oh, that's off the edge. No, it's gone over slip Corden. The one gone down to deep third man. A little bit of a weird position that they had him because he was very straight, Zach Crawley, and I think that is why they had him there for the bounce, and Stokes is on a hat trick. Have you read Ross Taylor's autobiography, which he recently published? I have not. I did hear a story from when he was younger about how he used to just hit the cricket ball in a sock on the clothesline, that type thing, and his neighbours used to get really annoyed with him. And Janssen has been a bit of a revelation, says Darren. And yeah, like I mentioned, Rabada, the only player for South Africa who hasn't hit double figures, which is massive because for England, they only had 3 players who hit double figures, which was Broad, Leach, Stokes, and Pope, actually, the 4. Oh, nice shot down the ground. Nope, hasn't quite got it through the field. That will be the end of the Broad over, the end of the Stokes over. 293 for 8. Yes, I agree. A bright future as a bowling all-rounder. And England to win, says Peter. That was a big yawn. I'll probably have a few of those throughout this live stream, as we have been up for quite some time here in New Zealand, but we will be up tomorrow for a little bit more cricket. Also, rugby tomorrow's coming up. And I hope New Zealand win today, says Frost. Yeah, they are currently sitting 1-1 in their series up against the West Indies. So it's going to be an important one. They're just showing that Stuart Broad catch from earlier on when he was able to get Rabada. I don't even think he really believed that he had caught it until he got back to his feet and still saw the ball sitting in his hands. Nokia sitting on 1 run, I should mention. Getting that edge before he's going to get himself another run. Nicely ticking it over for the tail. And Hamish, do you consider Graham Smith to be South Africa's best captain in all formats? Said Coding. Well, he's certainly the most capped. We did learn that from our quiz that we did not too long ago. AB de Villiers in short format was very handy for the T20 just because he was behind the stumps and also just seemed to be able to, I guess, change the momentum for a side if they were struggling, which Graham Smith, he was always class. But yeah, I guess AB de Villiers, I'll probably give him the edge in short format, but other than that, Graham Smith, I think it's pretty hard to argue with that, man. South Africa needs to play some shots, says G2 Geeks. Well, that's a good ball, though. The new ball recently making its way to the crease, so they've still got to be a little bit careful. Are you from UK, bro? I am not. I am from New Zealand. Born and bred in New Zealand. Haven't actually been to the UK. Although I do live on a UK time zone here in New Zealand because I stay up till weird hours of the night doing live stream. That was a nice ball from Matty Potts. It did end up swinging back towards the slip corner and a little bit of seam movement as well. Currently, South Africa, they've got themselves a 129-run lead. Okay, average by line for Potts. We haven't actually seen a single run scored off Potts when he bowls at a good length. And I don't know whether or not that's because he hasn't bowled any at a good length. Yawn count, we are sitting on 2 at the moment. So we are slowly creeping up there. You're from New Zealand. I hope New Zealand win against West Indies. Here's Frost. Now Potts, nice movement on the ball once again, swinging away. Janssen, he doesn't want to go too wide with it. Sitting on 44 runs. He's 6 away. 81.4 overs. So theoretically, South Africa would like to bat out another dream scenario, another 10 to 15 overs, just to wear England down a little bit more. And then you get an hour or half an hour at them before you get into the end of the first session. Another good ball. Swinging away beautifully at the moment. Janssen, he's just sitting there. He's playing the shot, playing the line of the ball, but then it just keeps on kind of moving away. Unfortunately, it just ends up swinging late. I see there Brendan McCullum and also Patel, both there in the England coaching staff. The way you describe things helps blind people imagine things, says Bianca. And there as well. Yeah, I will mention we were going to have George on the live stream, but I think he has said because it is currently 11:20, he might not be heading in. Oh, that was a better ball. It actually stayed quite low. But once skidding through, Matty Potts, not too happy with that one, but that is 82 overs down now. You know, nice cold tinny to stop yawning, says Peter. And there's, I mean, I had a chocolate bar earlier on because I thought that sugar would have kept me, I guess, wide awake. But I think sometimes sugar just doesn't quite get the job done, does it? And Hamish Glenn Phillips was born in New Zealand, or he also moved to New Zealand from South Africa. I don't know. I know that we've got a lot of players from South Africa. I see George's messaging. I believe he's going to be coming around for tomorrow afternoon if we do the Bunnings NBC. It is going to be Canterbury versus Taranaki, and that is taking place at 2:05 p.m. New Zealand time. So if you are new and you do enjoy a little bit of rugby, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Short ball from Stokes. Once again, played well by Nokia. Like they're saying at the moment, it's not the prettiest style of bowling, but it does get the wickets every once in a while. England just trying to knuckle down for a little bit here. Bro, why are you scared? Phillips is born on South Africa, says Frosted. Also, hi, says Alamel. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing very well. Nokia is loving it at the moment. He's enjoying the battle because he knows that he gets to bowl soon. So he'll know that he's going to be bowling 145k bounces at England. He tried to swing for that one. He didn't get onto it. Down the leg side, hey, mate, how was your day? Says Ollie. It's been good. It's been busy. But we are doing, I guess this is almost our most relaxed period of the day. Just with everything that has been happening. And what time do you think I'm going to sleep tomorrow night? That is a very good question, Brandon. I think only really you will know the answer to that one. When is the next rugby game? Bunnings NBC is going to be next week. And then not next week, tomorrow, we are hoping to do a Bunnings NBC game, Taranaki versus Canterbury. And then alongside that, that's an absolute shocker from Ben Stokes. It hasn't bounced. Luckily, it's been cut off, but I think that's going to be, is that counted as buys? Okay, it is buys. It was extremely wide. Not too sure how you would have been able to hit that one if it wasn't considered as a wide. How close was that to the side of the pitch? Oh no, he just ended up slipping over there for Stokes. I want your friendship, says the Bish. Well, be sure to hit that subscribe button, mate. Everyone around here is the Kiwi lads. Lads, I guess you could say. The lads are the friends of the channel. I've forgotten what I was answering before, didn't I? Oh, the rugby game. And then also next weekend, it's going to be the rugby championship. Nice shot down the ground. Solid drive, and it goes straight down to Lees, who is fielding. And Hamish is a friend to everyone, says Robert. And also, how was your reaction after New Zealand finally won World Test Championship final against India, says Frost. I think at that stage, it was more of the case of just like relief because it was like 6 a.m. And Depeche is our friend as well, says Far. And also, we have got Robert in the chat. Welcome in, mate. How are the Broncos going at the moment? Hopefully, they're doing not too badly. They were playing Melbourne Storm, weren't they? They were coming in a slight underdog. So do let me know how they're going. And also, we have got there. A moment I missed a couple by Brandon, says a Robert in there. And who's taken England wickets? So we have seen 3 from Stokes, 2 from Matty Potts, 1 from Anderson, and 1 from Leach. And then there is also 1 other wicket that I think I've missed. Nokia still all smiles while he is batting at the crease. And also we have got the 10 to 6. Is that in favour of the Broncos or against the Broncos, Robert? I assume that's in favour of the Broncos over the Storm currently, so maybe heading towards a big win. So Crawley practicing a few unorthodox shots. I would just concentrate on the orthodox ones as he didn't get double figures in the first innings. Is that too harsh? I feel like that sounded quite harsh, but it is also quite true. It's the fact that his batting definitely needs to improve in the second innings if they do want a chance against. And will Janssen make half century? Currently sitting on 45. He's not too far off as long as he's got a batsman at the other end. I think he's got a decent chance. The fact that Nokia is a decent-sized human being, but because he's next to Janssen, he looks like someone's allowed a child to go out there and play for South Africa, is quite astonishing. Like, Nokia is probably a good 175, 180 centimeters tall. And bet me a subscribe to your channel if I make you laugh, says Frost. And also, yes, Far, says Robert there as well. And hopefully Janssen frustrates England, says Nkosi. Yeah, if they can't pick up this last couple wickets, it's going to be infuriating because all you want to do when you've got an opposition 8 or 9 down, you want to get back out there, you want to have a bat. Nicely done. Hit to the leg side from Janssen. He moves up to 46. Do they go for the 2? Nope, they just take the 1, and now Nokia back on strike. See Ollie Robinson out there on the field, this fielding substitute. Not too sure who he's on the field for currently, but I'd assume it's either Broad or Anderson. I'd say that they're probably getting a little bit of attention before they do go into one of their big spells. And also, okay, Brand. And also, what do you make of G6? Not too sure what G6 is. And what time is the All Blacks game tomorrow, bro? Says Peter Stow. So the All Blacks, they don't actually have a game tomorrow, but the weekend after, they are going to be playing it, I believe, at 7:30 p.m. kickoff. That's going to be a big shot in the air from Nokia. He's gone after it. It's going to be put down. Wasn't quite able to get to it. I believe that was Zach Crawley. Yep, it was. Unfortunately, the man who was practicing his unorthodox shots before now will be going like this, practicing for the next time that the ball goes to him. And also, quiz, which team won the first FIFA World Cup? Ooh. Was it like Spain? No, not too sure. Italy? Italy would have done all right back in the day, did they? Hamish is missing comments. And there's says, Robert, I am trying my best, but it is going very quick at the moment. And also, once they get to 300 and Janssen gets his 50, South Africa need to power on and throw the bat. One time there was a cringe meme and person was laughing at it and other was saying, ooh, what the heck is this? He said, your mum, says Frost. Okay. Good. And Brazil. Did Brazil win at Hungary? As a shout as well from Darren. Oh, that could be a quiz that we do as FIFA World Cup winners. And yes, I told you about one about the Broncos. Says Robert, it was 10-6 that they were down, wasn't it? If I'm not wrong. And also about me doing the Broncos game next week. And then he's been banned. Okay. G6. Is that the nickname of a player? Not just join Uruguay, says John. And Uruguay is the answer, says G2 Geeks. And banned for 8 games, says Far. So currently a lead of 138 runs for South Africa, slowly ticking towards that 150 lead. Which, to be fair, could almost be enough depending on how England bat for the next session. I subscribed because I saw your heart laughing. Good. Mel Jones and Mark Butcher, the commentators for this one, and question time on Bemmas back, says Brandon. And also, 8 games, good day, Hamish, and good day to everyone, says Marcel. Hope you are doing well too, mate. And also, we have got there, bro, how much money do you earn from YouTube, says Andy Mike. It is nowhere near as much as people think. I'll say that straight away. Like, it's pretty much any money we get from the channel either goes into our live streaming software, our subscription software for like sports, and then alongside that, like new equipment if we do need any of it, whether it's fixing the webcam, getting another hard drive, because I've got about 5 of them at the moment. So normally that's where all the money goes, and then it's all gone. It's South Africa. So I say Siren, and it's Uruguay's first World Cup winner. Short ball slapped away there from Nokia. He hasn't got it too bad. There's no one back there as well, and he's going to be able to get himself, I would say, at least 2 runs. Matty Potts has slipped over, and they get back for 3 runs. Nicely done. And how you guys doing today, says Marcel? Doing very well. It's been an interesting one. At least we've got nice weather at Lords. I'll say that kind of makes it a lot nicer. And Warriors were horrible tonight. Yeah, we were going to live stream that game, although George went to see Top Gun. And then it's kind of lucky we didn't, because the Warriors lost 48 points to 4. And you should sign with the Warriors away. They played against the Cowboys, says Robert. And Andy makes $1 a day or over that, says Robert. And your PC RAM, says Alimir, I think it's 8 gigabyte RAM, or it might be 16 gigabyte RAM. I think that's, something along those lines. It's either 8 or 16. It's no bigger, though. They have 84 overs down. Currently, Janssen sitting there on 47. If he had Rabada's runs that he was able to get, and Aussie gave $50 last night, I did made that quiz way too easy, didn't I? The 50 states for $50. Did it easy with like 3 minutes spare or something along those lines. He's at least the weather is holding up for a full day of play, says Marcel. And managed to get 90 overs in yesterday, sorry. Another short ball from Stokes. And this is actually costing them quite a few runs at the moment. They're trying that short pitch delivery, which I don't necessarily agree with. Because for me, you've got a new ball. It's probably going to be swinging. Should be pitching it up, seeing whether or not you can beat him outside edge. Like we saw a little bit earlier on from Janssen. We actually did see him get a couple edges, or almost edges. He was like this far away from the ball, but pitch it up a little bit. See if you can lure them into a false sense of security. You've got 2 slips, which theoretically should be enough if they get a fine edge. But any short balls, it seems like South Africa have been able to handle relatively well. Better from Ben Stokes. So it's short ball to Nokia. It's currently sitting on 11 runs, so they need to get him out relatively soon. They do want a chance of keeping it below 315. I know that someone had a bet on that for whether or not they would be able to get themselves to that 315 mark. Another yawn from myself. We'd have a few of those today. Now, Janssen. Ben Stokes charges in to the crease. That's going to be a little flick there to the leg side. They're going to get themselves another run. Janssen moves up now to 48. Waitemba Bavuma is not in the squad. Ooh, it's a good question. I don't know whether or not there is an injury. There it is. It's injured. Okay, that makes sense. So that is why he is not in there. for the series and all Bunnings NBC tomorrow, says Brandon. I believe we are doing the first game between Taranaki and Canterbury, and then alongside that, I think later on in the day, we'll probably be doing the day 4 first session and maybe the second as well. Although throughout the night, there is going to be boxing, there's going to be UFC. I'm not sure whether or not we're covering all of those or just a few of them, but we will be trying our absolute best to do as many as we can. Only problem with those UFC and boxing ones is they are like $40 or $45 New Zealand each to be able to buy to watch them for a few hours. And Demba Bavuma is not captain anymore, and Corey Norman was so happy with his Hopewadi. He was laughing his ass off, says far. It's a short ball from Ben Stokes. Nokia was well and truly able to get underneath it. See, that's where you need a full pitch delivery, just to try and throw him off. He's expecting it short. Give him a Yorker, he's a walker, as the old saying goes. Hey, it's pitched up and he almost was missing that one. He did work it to leg, though. Very nice shot. He is limited overs, I think, and Bavuma is the ODI captain. Will you stream the West Indies versus New Zealand? Sadly, we won't be able to today just because it starts at 6 a.m. New Zealand time, and it is currently 10:37 p.m. New Zealand time, so it will be during our sleep hours. But we are hoping to do some New Zealand versus Australia. I think it's the next one we're going to be able to do. Do you have DAZN? Says far. I do not. Do you get boxing for cheaper on DAZN? Or is it still as expensive as like Sky pay-per-views? And also, what is the best questions last time or last live stream? I mean, we get a few random ones. So in there, 18 to the Storm, 6 to the Broncos, and 330 to 340 is my score prediction for South Africa. And there as well. Yeah, I feel like it would be a decent total indeed. Like anything over 300 was going to be massive. And Kossi, do you think Timber is good enough to play ODI? Honest opinion, says Jacques. And also Far says yes as well. And that's where you need WWE Network. I have got the WWE Network. So who knows? Maybe we do a WWE pay-per-view in the future on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel. Because at least that way, with those ones, you do get them for, I think it's like $15 a month, and you get everything. Our favorite question was, George, I want some F off, says Brandon. And it will Joshua versus Usyk. Sorry, I still say his name wrong, don't I? And I'm asking you a weird question. What is your favorite? I thought we covered that yesterday, Frost, about the horses. I mean, the thing is, depending on the horse, like I feel like you got to get to know the horse first, don't you? Because like it wouldn't matter what color the horse was. If you get to know it and you trust it, that's all that matters. Stuart Broad, it's about to be bowling. Question for you, Hamish, what is that plus that plus that? That would be some sort of answer, bro. I've decided to buy an old abandoned Scottish house in the countryside. To spend the rest of my life watching cricket live and YouTube channels, says Andy Mike. Sounds all right, doesn't it? Old abandoned Scottish house. Hopefully it doesn't take too much renovating overall for yourself. Short ball around the wicket. It's a short ball again. Nokia gets right in behind it. Doesn't manage to keep it out. And 59, says Robert, for that maths question. Yeah, I feel like my brain probably isn't kicking in the way that I need it to for maths at this time of night. Other than working out that South Africa currently have got themselves a 144 run lead, which is very useful. And also 58 says Shucks. And hey, do you watch MMA? I certainly do. We have been doing, or I guess we have watched a bit of UFC outside of the channel. Like I do watch each week of the UFC. That's going to be close to rolling to the boundary, but it is stopped in the end. There's also a big one coming up with Mighty Mouse fighting, isn't it? Johnson's versus someone in the near future. So I think I asked about 4 questions at once, Far. But so with DAZN, do you also have to buy the pay-per-view, or do you get it for free because you've got a DAZN account? Do let me know, because I have got a VPN, so I could manage to maybe, do it that way. Could be a good option for that fight if it is on it. A moment, we'll go like this, and we will go like this. I'm just curious to see how the odds are sitting for this contest. 69% chance that South Africa win, 23% for England. And then alongside that, it is about a 7% chance of the draw. And England winners, says Kishan. Nicely played once again. by Janssen. He moves up to 48 now, getting closer to that half century. Well, we can go like this. And we will go like this. I'm going to try and find out what time it actually is starting. And also, I think he's too slow. I think he's too slow on the middle overs. Doesn't have many sixes, to be honest. No, he's not. He gets good starts, but doesn't convert too much. And he used to be free without pay-per-view, says Far. And because for you, Brandon, who's your favourite New Zealand cricketer of all time? Says, right, that is a very good question. There are a lot of great options as well that you could go with. Nokia, 15 runs. He's moving himself slowly up towards that 20 mark. That was a nice ball from Stuart Broad, pitching it just outside of the off stump. Did end up coming back in just a little bit. With the man who had it for less than 315 runs will be a little bit worried here. And also we have got there Fleming, and after my girlfriend death, I have nothing to achieve. No aim, no goal. I don't like to be in a relationship again, says Andy. Although now I guess you've got a new project in that house that you will be able to slowly, I guess, renovate and whatnot, give you a little bit of something to do. And Kosi must agree with you. We gave a lot of explosive guys, or we have a lot of explosive guys waiting on the sideline, and I pay £1 a month in Scotland, says Far. It's pretty decent, isn't it? And McCullum says, Robert, I'm actually going to see if DAZN is in New Zealand. I don't know if it is yet, because I think with us having Sky, we might. We might actually have DAZN here in New Zealand. I'm going to have to give it a look. Boxing My Way, pay monthly. Usych's Journey, World Championship. Do you have to pay money for it, or do you just get it for free? Or not free, but you got to sign up for the sporting thing. I think my voice almost disappeared there. That would have been unfortunate. McCullum, and it's an app. Says Far and Quiz, who scored the most tries in Rugby Union Test. Oh, Brian Habana is going to be up there for all-time try scorers. I don't know whether or not he was the highest, though. And Nick Phipps is heading to Japan, says Xavier. And also, who will win the T20 World Cup in Australia except for the Kiwis? I think Australia have got a very decent chance with it being on home soil. And love you, bro, from India, says Crick Info Live. Yeah, welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Melbourne Storm cheating. And yeah, and uploaded the new glitch mods, says Nathan. And there's and he is second. Sign up, says Far. So yeah, if you can watch it without having to pay the pay-per-view cost, that might be a very good option for me to be able to do. Because I see they've got a few other big fights coming up. Yeah, how much do you think South Africa are going to score? Amish says Marcel. Oh, okay. Currently, South Africa 314. Janssen doesn't look like he's going anywhere. Nokia, they've added a couple more slips. I'm going to say South Africa get 332 runs. I think that would be a decent enough total. Bet you they lose the wicket probably right now, because I've said that Habana is second all-time. Second tier guy is number one. Don't think that should count. Oh, is he the Japanese fellow? Hensel. I think maybe it's one of the Japanese representatives. And Russo, Milan, there's plenty of guys who have been overlooked, says Nkosi there. So Janssen, he's still sitting at the non-strikers in South Africa will win. I guess that's correct, says Hensel. And there's if you come to the UK, you're welcome in my home, says Andy. Appreciate that a lot, mate. There are some beautiful sights in the English countryside. It's a great shot down the ground from Nokia. It's driving all the way to the boundary. He moves up to 20. That is a wicket that England certainly need to get soon, or else they'll be in a bit of trouble. That is for sure. Martin Crowe, my favourite New Zealand cricketer, says Far. Hat falling off Stuart Broad. And also we have the you don't think Anderson should come, says Mintu. I think Anderson would have been bowling as soon as they got the new ball. To be honest, I thought they would have gone Broad and Anderson, but they haven't gone with him as of yet. Livestream link, says Takunda. It depends on what country you're in. I believe DSTV is your option if you are in South Africa. New Zealand, Sky, Australia, I want to say is KO as your option. And also we have there, why are you bringing Anderson? Says Robert. And there as well. But yeah, Jimmy Anderson, he could pick up the last wicket. He was able to get himself one, but earlier on in day 2, I believe it was. And I'm on my way, Andy Mike, says Far. And then 315 plus, told you guys, next target 335, says Jacques Smith. And yeah, so how much is 20,000 Indian? I think he said it was, wait a moment. I'm going to see how much 20,000. He had 402 New Zealand dollars on it being less than 315 runs scored. That's going to be unfortunate. Nokia is going to get 50, says Jan Lubranier. He's got a very good chance. At the moment, he might even get it before Janssen, depending on how quickly he continues to score. And I was watching Pakistan. This match says Alimir or broadcasters in Pakistan. Who have you got? I'm not actually too sure. I know that normally on a website you can kind of see the where to watch overall, and also 50 is too early. Yanlu and Foxtel on KO in Australia, or Foxtel and KO. So I believe it's Foxtel free if you've got Foxtel 9, I think it is, or 7 or something. How was the Korea? Charles, last night I fell asleep, says Nathan. Now Nokia sitting on 20 runs off 35. Have you started work yet, Nathan? Or that bounced, popped up. It was very nicely played though from Nokia. Our middle order left us yesterday. They need to come to the party. And Janssen seems like a great prospect, and he has a twin playing good in South Africa domestically. Is his twin also massive like him? Are they identical, or did he get all of the height in that scenario? And answer is Ade Suki. And there was 69 tries. Sabana's second was 67. Oh, okay, so he's up there. How many? Who's in third? Who would be in third? Probably, I'm trying to think, like Rico Ioane scored a few, but I wouldn't put him as third. Josh Adams, he's got a few for Wales. Actually, no, you're probably looking at an Irishman. Maybe please my comment read, I'm from Bangladesh. And then as well says Roman, so welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. You're doing a great job, says Far. And it was good. I just left before tea. It was my turn to drive, and same size, yes, says Hensel. So that's a scary prospect to have them coming from either end of a crease. So I brought that's off the edge, and this time Janssen's gone. He's off the field. 48 runs. He was close to getting a half century, but he has just narrowly missed out for him, which is a shame because he's been working extremely hard, getting up to 48. But for the youngster, that is going to be the end of his innings. So by the looks of it now, we have only got one wicket left for South Africa, and then we'll have an innings broken by Amish. Now read my message, says Frost. It's going very quick. I have actually missed a few others as well there. And also Shane, and yeah, it says it was Stephen. And the result of that is now going to be Janssen losing his wicket. Who is your favourite player? Who's your favourite South African cricket player, says Gareth. Of all time or in this current side? Do let me know, Gareth. And Shame so close, and Jacques, yeah. But it's not that bad, as we know it could be. And Bifrost says Far. And also David is third on the list with 60 tries. Okay. Campese. I wonder who's the current player who's closest. I know this is a lot of stats that you're probably rapidly Googling. And Kalasor AB says Hensel, of all time. Yeah, different formats, of course, have different guys that you look at as just absolute stars for South Africa. I love watching the passionate Dale Steyn in short format. It was always pretty awesome. AB de Villiers also very good in that short format. Callis as your all-rounder. Like, it would be a lot easier probably naming my all-time South African 11, but I'll probably forget a few. Graham Smith is going to be up there, and Campese was a legend, says Far. And hey, guys, I'm here. I'm sure you guys were missing me, says AB de Villiers. And there's a welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. And 332, not bad at all, mate, says Marcel. So yeah, now it's the question of will they be able to get their top AB, says Hensel. For that one, top AB, I want to say it would be like Bowden Barrett, but maybe not actually, sorry. He's had a lot of caps, though. That is his one benefit. Rico's probably relatively up there for current All Blacks. Not really anyone else in that backline who's stuck around for long enough other than Bowden. Also, beIN Sports in Pakistan Here's Robert for the option. Okay, I didn't actually realise beIN Sports was in Pakistan. So I think is it French that they normally show all those French rugby games? Oh no, top New Zealanders Doug, Howlett with 49 tries. Says Enzel there. Also, not quite a half century of tries for a Kiwi as of yet. Maybe one day. And also Graham Pollock, Barry Richards, Mike Proctor, Clive Rice, many great South African players from the 70s, and Janssen did well, great contribution. And yeah, it still sits with only one man who's been dismissed for less than 10 runs, and that is Rabada. Left that one alone. Yeti, he's decided he doesn't need to play at that one, and Howard was rapid. He certainly was. And why not? But why not beIN Sport in Turkey, says Jacques. So if you do need a VPN, do let me know. We have got a link that gets you a couple months of extra on top of what you'd normally get for free. And also not just for South Africa. I would like to put AB de Villiers on top of for the world most complete batsman ever. Says AB de Villiers in there. Mr. 360. Of course, a very hard nickname to get for yourself, but AB de Villiers certainly pulled it off. That's a short ball from Stuart Broad. So sitting on 318 now. Nokia, he could look to be a little bit more aggressive from the other end, but more than likely he'll look to keep on holding a majority of the strike. And Cullen was awesome, says far, and all time for South Africa. I have had a few more yawns today, and all time for South Africa, Callis, Smith, Boscia, and AB de Villiers, says Robert. And there as well. But Nyeti currently on strike. 2 balls left to the Stuart Broad over. Could be danger for him. It's gone just outside of the off stump. Almost didn't carry through to folks who are standing. Also, we have got the Amish way and Norman Medjokes, my bro, says Nathan. There's our sorry if I did miss a message. Are you currently, because I know you mentioned the night shift, didn't you? I am curious to know what time you are working through to, because I know you said it on the UFC one, but I think I found it very hard to concentrate on getting punched in the face as well as chat for that one. As George, he was throwing everything at me, wasn't he? In the UFC, he'd go uppercut, then he'd go right hook, then he'd go uppercut, then right hook, then uppercut, then right hook, then he'd try a kick. And Jack Cullis was the best all-rounder I've ever seen. So Don Bradman is the best. So Stephen, it's worked almost to the leg side by Nitty, and that will be the end of the 88th over. And also, Hamish, you were running out of petrol, buddy. I think I am. I'm starting to yawn a lot more. I think that is mainly because of how early we got up and how much we've done today. I helped build a fence. That was fun. And then we also went down on the farm for a little bit. So that was also there. I never saw him live, Steve. And also AB de Villiers still has the fastest 100 from 31 deliveries. Has that been broken, says Marcel? Don't know. I know it's still definitely up there for quickest if it has been broken. And will you do commentary on India versus Pakistan, 28th of August in the Asia Cup #1 rivalry? Cricket happens rarely, says Coding. So if we do end up doing that one, it will probably be on the Kiwi Lads Sport, just to avoid any copyright or anything along those lines. And Callis was great. I added all bowl, bat, and field buckets for hands. As Hansel, but currently few people enjoying some sparkling wine, I guess that is, or sparkling, some champagne probably, fancier. That one has swung a little bit from Ben Stokes. That's a fake. AB de Villiers has a YouTube channel with him in a South African uniform. Says it was there from Robert and also Aberdeen. And also, no, AB de Villiers still holds the record for the fastest ODI 100 in Mahi at 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's not too great, is it? So that's like pretty much. So you've been going for about an hour and 50 minutes. And you've still got a good 8 hours left, is it? Geez, that's an effort and a half from you, Nathan. Hopefully it all goes smoothly and it flies by. Anyway, I'm off from a wet Zurich. Zurich. I always say that wrong. Is it Zurich? Zurich or Zurich? And he made 50 off 16 balls. And do you know how to play chess? I don't really know all of the rules per se. I could probably get the hang of it eventually, and I'd have more luck naming all of the pieces. Is that Mary Berry? It is. She does enjoy a bit of Great British Bake Off, doesn't she, Mary Berry? All about the soggy bottoms, as she says. That's a nice glided shot from South African tailwinder batsman Nokia. He's been able to get the 4 runs and he moves up to 24 now. And Zuri, okay. And have a Satsuma, however says far. That's nicely timed. So my guess for the score was 332. They need 10 more. Damn, she must be pushing for a century herself. And Zurich is Roger there. And up the Broncos. Slap them Storm boys up the Queenslander, says Nathan there. And also 8 hours till knockout. Geez, you're working the long hours. So yeah, hopefully you have got plenty of energy tomorrow. I don't think we'll see you for the Bunnings NPC one, but maybe we see you for the cricket tomorrow night, and maybe, don't know, are you a boxing guy, a UFC guy? Hopefully we will be able to do at least one of those two on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel. That's a nice shot from Nokia, and now South Africa move themselves up to 326 runs. Just gives themselves some space, hits it straight down the ground. Are we going to have a quiz today again? I think we'll have to have a quiz. It's going to become a regular occurrence on these cricket live streams. So get the quiz out, see how we go with it. I don't know what the quiz topic is going to be today, so do let me know what you would like to suggest as the quiz topic, ladies and gentlemen, because they will have the innings changeover. And when that does take place, it will be about 10 minutes long. So yeah, do let me know what the quiz is, the topic that is, that you would like to see. And yep, I'll be on tomorrow night. There's Nathan in there. Yeah, you are certainly committed to the craft, that is for sure. It's an interesting shot from Nokia every once in a while. I think he was expecting it to bounce a lot higher and go a lot wider. Did neither of the two. Now he's just swinging his hands wide outside of a stump, trying to get onto it without moving the feet at all. That will be the end of the Ben Stokes over. 89 overs down, 326 for 9. Let's hope Lungi and Nokia can bring South Africa up to 330. Says Marcel. Yeah, if they get 332 exactly, I will definitely be very happy with that. As I did say that amount. I doubt they will get it, though. I feel like they'll either get more or less. Those yawns are just like hitting me in the face straight away. Like, it doesn't even give me time to prepare. I tell you what, guys, with that 160 plus lead and such great bowling attack, as far as South Africa is concerned, if England, South Africa is going to win that first match, and how many people would you like on your channel, Amish, this far? As in viewing or guest-wise? Because at the end of the day, like I always say, if there's 10 people watching, but those 10 people are having a good time, like that's all I really care about. I don't mind whether it's 100 people. That's off the edge. He's taken it anyway. He has. That's a good catch from Johnny Bairstow, and 326 will be the end of the South Africans. One moment, we will come back to that in a second, but it is going to be Nyeri who does lose the last wicket for the South Africans. Does get a duck off 6 deliveries. And then Nokia was able to get 28. How many balls did he face, though? We'll quickly see that. How many balls did that man have? He had a total of 42 balls. Decent. Overall, a good end to the innings for the South Africans. They've still been able to tick over a few of those extra runs, which, like someone mentioned, could be lethal in this matchup, depending on how many England are able to get for themselves. And also why World Rugby doesn't have their official app on the Play Store like FIFA and ICC. It's a good question. I guess maybe they haven't decided that it's big enough to be able to do so. Can we quiz for 10 minutes? We certainly can. What topics do we have in there for the ones that you guys would like to do? And who else is knocked off? Time for some cold ones. Says Nkosian, is your brother coming to join you? He is not. So George, I believe he will be joining me tomorrow, but not for today. So what we're going to do is we'll go like this, we'll go like that, and we'll get our quiz up. So yeah, give me a topic, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll get straight into it. Hopefully managing to smash these quizzes out of the park. So what we'll quickly do down the bottom, we will put South Africa lead by 161. 161 in the at the change of innings. There we go. That'll do. No, it won't because I spelled of as odd. Change of innings. There we go. And there we go. We'll put that down the bottom. And a cricket quiz, says Robert. Right, we'll see what we can find in the cricketing department. What didn't we do last time? Yeah, we could cricket. Oh, it's not working. Hang on. Cricket logos, eh? We'll try cricket logos. I think we did all top sports leagues by logos. International cricket logos. That's the one we want. There are going to be 12 teams. This one will be relatively easy, I would think, for us. But we will start off with a nice, easy one just to get us warmed up. We've got 2 minutes to name all of these cricketing logos, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. And we'll make me small. And there we go. Right. Here we go. Bangladesh. That one. Australia. They are that one. India. They are that one. South Africa. They are that one. Hong Kong, I believe, is this one. England. Where's England? There they are. England. West Indies. This one's not exactly a challenging one, but that's all right. We just wanted to get warmed up so that we could now smash out the next one. Hollywood movies to win Oscars. And their test cricket teams by logos, IPL team logos, top sports leagues by logo. We'll go with that. Okay, this is better. This should be one that we can do. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you know the logos, do let me know. It does it this way. I was hoping that it wouldn't do it this way. But La Liga is that one. The Indian Premier League. I think we need a different quiz that's better for the one moment. I'm going to go back. We want one that's like nice and like listing them type thing. Cricket Crest, 100 teams, logos by logo and map. Cricket. We'll just go cricket and see what we can find. Cricket outs. We've done that one. Cricketers. We've done wicket takers and test cricket. Can you name the leading wicket takers in test cricket since World War II? Oh, damn. There's a lot of them. Okay, this is good. We've got 71 to name in 10 minutes. So, 1946. That's a hard one, but we'll go with Southie for a start. No, we won't. Southie not there. 2015's the earliest. Right, Warne. Good shout, Shane Warne in 1993. Lily, yep, nice one. We have got did it accept that? Yeah, it did. Sweet. That was going to be the tricky one. And not Warne. Warne was on there. He was there for 2005. So, leading wicket takers in test cricket matches. So, I think it's each year, isn't it? Each year, the leading wicket takers. So, 2015 for India, we saw 62. That's got to be Sharma, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. I'm thinking of the wrong guy. Courtney Walsh. Okay. Yep, Walsh was on there. McGrath. Nice. Kimball. Oh. Oh, is it Kimberley? How do you spell Kimberley? Hadley. Nice. Cumble. Is it Cumble? Yes, Cumble. There it is. And also Cumble there. Walsh. I love Warney. Says A.B. de Villiers. Alan Donald. Nice. South Africa in 2008. Is that Dale Steyn? Yep. Test match cricket, interestingly enough, there. Sri Lanka, England in 2013. We got a Broad. There we go. Have we got an Anderson as well? Jimmy Anderson had leading. No, he hasn't. Jimmy Anderson, no. Interesting. Australia in 2009. Not Brett Lee. Who else did they had in the pace department? Ambrose. I mean, he is certainly... Oh, not Lambrose. Ambrose. No, Courtney. Or not, sorry. What's his face? I've forgotten his first name now. Someone Ambrose. Oh, this is going to... I can't remember his first name. Flintoff. No, Freddie Flintoff. Courtney Ambrose, is it? No, Courtney Walsh. Curtly Ambrose. No. What's his first name? I've forgotten his first name completely, which isn't very good. 1989 is going to be a tough one to guess. Have we got any other Kiwis on the list, I wonder? Not really. Richard Hadley is the only Kiwi on this whole list. That's quite impressive. And also, Curtly Ambrose, that's the name. Waka Eunice. Is that how you spell Eunice? Actually, no, there's another. Is it Eunice? No, how does one spell Eunice? There it is, Waka Eunice. McGrath Johnson. Yep, Mitchell Johnson for 2009. We have got Akram. No, Akram's not there. Mitchell Johnson's done. Pakistan in 2011. They've had some big bowlers fast for Pakistan. Also Akram Yunus. And also Philander. No Philander. Unless it's 2 L's. No. Oops, that's equal signs. Imran Khan. Nice. 1982 when Imran Khan was there. Pollock. No Pollock. Kapil Dev. Yep. 1983. Marsh. No, not Marsh. Who else? Have I missed anyone? No, I haven't at this stage. Right. I feel like if my parents were still awake, this would be very handy because they would know a few of these extra ones. I'm trying to think of that 2015 India bowler. Wait, what's the spinner's name? Ashwin? There he is. And also, does a test cricket match always take 5 days? Sometimes it is a lot shorter depending on, I guess, it all depends on how long teams bat, but you can see it end in 2 days sometimes depending on how they go or anything along those lines. But a majority of the time, geez, that's a throwback. Fred Truman, John. Nailed it. Botham was there. 5 minutes left on the clock. Yeah, it's getting close. And I believe the changeover of the innings in the actual match would have taken place almost by now, but we will keep on going until we finish this one. How to download this quiz. It is on a website called Sporkle. So, yeah, be sure to check that out. They've got more than just these cricket quizzes. They've got quizzes about pretty much anything in the world. Who else have we got? Did we do Lily? We did, didn't we? Yeah. It's Flintoff on there. He actually wasn't. Bruce Reid is not there either, unless I spelled it wrong. Oh, not ready. No, Bruce Lee. Or sorry, Bruce Reid. There'll be a few guys. I'd say that Sri Lanka in 2012 and 2014 will be the same guy. I just can't think of his name. In fact, was that one of the spinners? Thompson is not there. Angakara wasn't a bowler, was he? I think I can't. Oh, there he is. No, it's not Malinga. Actually, Haraf, that'll be it. Got all excited. And also Lindwall. Nice one, John. I think you're nailing these ones from a little bit back in the day. 2011 Pakistan bowler. That would be a spinner, wouldn't it? Is it Afridi? No, Afridi was a very Pakistan name. That's why I went with that one. Vas. No, not Vas. Who else we got? We got South Africa in 2003. So a few of you South Africans who are watching, maybe who was 2003, the big test match bowlers that weren't Philander? 2 minutes 45. That's not a lot of time. Botham, I believe. Yep, we've got Ian Botham for 1978. Atherton? No, Michael Atherton not there. Alan Donald, I want to say we did as well, I think. If I'm not wrong, he would have been somewhere on the list. De Villiers. Cullis. No, not Jack Cullis. And John. No, sorry, that was a question to John, not the answer of John. I mean, we could go with a few other generic names. Singh. No Singh. Pollock, I think we tried. Yeah. Sean Pollock. Tinney. Nice. It's 2003. Klus. Where's the spelling? Klus. How you spell it? Adams. Oh, we got a double Adams there. No Adams. Unless we already got Adams, did we? We've also got Australia in 1991 and 1992. That's a wee while ago. Who was bowling back then? You got McGrath, who was a bit later on, wasn't he? McGrath, who was the one before McGrath for Aussie? The bowlers. I want to say it was Pace. Thompson. I think we tried Thompson. Nell's not there. Hill. No. Brett Lee, I think we tried as well. And also got to hand it to Richard Hadley for putting New Zealand on there. Yeah, he's the only one there. Willis, nice. He's slotted in there somewhere. We've still got a Pakistan 2011 test match bowler. And also a few of those real early ones. Rifle is not there. Anyone know? Anyone from 1946 who we're playing? McDermott, nice. Whereabouts did he slot in? Craig McDermott there, the two Aussie ones. 1989, a little bit earlier as well. We got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to get to see all the really early ones. Doug Wright, Rowan Valentine. Okay. Gilchrist. Okay. Davidson, McKenzie. John Snow. There you go. Garner. Oh, Joel Garner of the West Indies. Michael Holding. He should have been one that we were able to get. And then also Ajmal was the more recent guy. And I was like, what about the bowler who got 100 in the 438 game at the Wanderers, says Alistair. And I was like, Akhtar, says John there. And also Merv Hughes and Tufnell. There's a couple other of the guesses. Sorry, I just realized the cricket. I'll have a quick look. We'll go here and we'll go here. I believe the cricket will almost be back underway, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I believe they would have started their second innings at the English, but that is all right because we will go like this, this, and that. And as you can see there, we haven't actually missed any runs. There's 1.1 overs down, and England are still sitting on none for none. And that was a good quiz, says Far. Yeah, it tests the brain out, doesn't it? Those ones are always tricky. I think Dean Elgar's pretty happy with how his team's been going in the last little while. And although we over there, boo, says Far. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we do need to do just a live stream one day of just doing quizzes instead. Okay, Nettie looks like he's once again finding that line like he did in the first innings. He was actually very handy for South Africa, but we'll go like that. There we go. Oh, that was good. But I think he just managed to get the leading edge on it. If he didn't, I think Crawley might have been in trouble. He could have been going all the way back to the changing sheds, which is always a long walk for a batsman. When you scored less than double figures in the first innings and you are dismissed early on in the second innings, it just makes it a little bit harder on yourself. But that one was actually straying a little bit more down the leg side than I did first anticipate. Okay, so one of the commentators has said England here will be looking for 450. That's a big total to get, that is for sure. Advancing, wow, great take from Verena behind the stumps, and Gibbs is not a bowler, says Nkosi, and forgot Javo 69. Says Stephen, yeah, I haven't really seen what he's been up to lately. I know he tried a couple rugby ones, and then he hasn't really shown up since. I know he was doing a bit of the cricket as well a little while ago. One's bounced nicely. There is a lot of movement for Nyeti at the moment. Now Verena didn't get a huge amount of runs off the bat. If you can take a couple miraculous catches here, that will certainly help them all. Nyeti walks towards the batsman Crawley, and I think there was a little bit of movement behind him. He was a Centurion, says A.B. de Villiers. Trailing by 161 currently for England Alive. 24-hour quizathon with Donna, Hamish, Billy, and George, says Far. I mean, it would be a lot of fun. I feel like by the end of it, my brain would hurt real bad. We'd have to every once in a while have something where I can stand up in the background. Just because, like, anytime we quiz, I always slouch real bad. Which is why I stretch normally when we get back into these ones, just because I end up hunched over doing the typing. So if I can work out a way of doing it in an effective manner where I don't slouch so much, could be an idea. In Africa, says Jeslyn Joy there. Currently, South Africa sitting in the box seat with a 70% chance of being able to go on to win this match. Relatively high for SA this contest. They've got Vinder Dawson in close. Zach Crawley, maybe if we see a shorter ball from Nyeti, although he hasn't really been swaying away from that line and length. Charging in, nice ball. A little bit full is the only thing you might say about that one. So it didn't allow it to swing and bounce the way that he has for his cast, or his last couple of deliveries, I should say. No, he was an opening batsman. He only bowled once in the Caribbean to rest bowlers, and to be fair, everyone bowled, even the keeper. Yeah, and have you ever watched any cricket match at the stadium? I did watch day one of the Boxing Day test between New Zealand and Australia in 2019, and that was at the MCG. That is one of the only matches that I've gone to, definitely of that caliber, but we've been to a couple other ones like that are slightly smaller matches, I guess you could say. Crawley will take the single, and that will close out the over. 3 runs off it. And how's your drinks, Nyeti? As I says far. Currently, Crawley sitting on a strike rate of 50. Lees, he's faced 6 deliveries, and he has yet to get himself off the mark. They are just showing the way that Dean Elgar was playing it, and they are actually showing the fact that Dean Elgar, he was playing everything under the eye line. I actually highlighted that yesterday. And then you see Alex Lees, he plays it way out in front of him, which does get him in a bit of trouble. And then also Zach Crawley playing it out in front of his body as well. So that is a big difference, and that is something you need to adjust to in test match cricket. If you play it too far out in front of you, you get yourself in a bit of trouble. Could find the edge. Good luck, England. Let's hit it, says Nathan, and it's a start. Thanks for asking, Far. Says Nkosi as well. Nicely played by Crawley. Hits it to the leg side. He gets the single for it. And now Lees will get another opportunity to face off up against Rabada, a man who got himself 5 wickets in the first innings. Very impressive from him. But anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Like I mentioned, Anjabo was at the finals of the Champions League, disguised as a TV cameraman for stripping into Real Madrid uniform, says Stephen there. When was the Champions League final? That was only a couple months ago, wasn't it? Or a month. So that's a nice drive from Lees to get himself off the mark. Just gliding it off the back foot. More of a punch than anything. It's rolled all the way to 4. It's a lovely shot there. And the great Kumar Sangakkara, the only man to have 4 consecutive tons in World Cup. Don't forget this man, says AB de Villiers there as well. Another yawn. We're hitting the yawns hard for this first session. Whereas the cricket has been anything but lackluster. We've seen a few wickets falling. We've seen a couple great drives from England already. That was a good ball, though, from Rabada, answering back quite nicely the way that ball was bouncing. I think their over rate's not too bad now that I think about it. So we had the innings changeover, and Arvinder E says it was a far. It's going to be pitched up. It's edged. It's dropped, though. And I believe it was Keegan Peterson who tried to go for it. Markram also looking for it, but neither of them able to take it. It was a tough opportunity. Let's not talk about the Champions League final. Still hurts my boys. Liverpool's loss in their season, Kossi. And we are actually looking at doing a little bit of Premier League in the near future. So if that's something you guys do want to see, do let us know. As I believe there is a game between Liverpool and Man United. Oh, that was going to go straight to Markram. But Peterson, he did a massive diving stretch. It did cost them a little bit there. He got one hand to it. Markram would have pouched that straight in the middle of the bread basket. And don't forget the Indian batter that took a part Stuart Broad in the T20 World Cup in Durban. Says Alistair there. That will be another single little bit of a reprieve for Alex Lees. He's under a lot of pressure. Who is going to win the FIFA World Cup this year, says G2 Geeks. It's a tricky one. There's a few sides that have been doing not too badly recently. One side that's not going to win at New Zealand because sadly we didn't qualify, which was a bit disappointing. And 6-6's first ever, says Alistair. And also, come on, guys, catches win matches, says Jacques. And also, we have got there the great Yuvraj that's left alone. It was a little bit of a slower delivery from Rabada, 136 Ks, which is still pretty decent for pace, but that is the end of the over, and it will be 10 for none. We've got making us yawn. Yeah, sorry about the occasional yawns. I'll try and hide them as best I can. Was that a good hiding of a yawn? I think it just made me look like I was having a weird face. And also, I am a huge Premier League fan. Please do it if you can, says Nkossi. And so do you also follow the La Liga and like the French League and all those ones as well? Or are you just a Premier League kind of guy? And Nkossi, do let me know. But what I'll quickly do is I will flick you the link for the Kiwi Lads Sport YouTube channel. As if we were to do it, that would be the channel that we do end up posting it on. We'll go here, there. And yeah, there we go. That is the Kiwi Lads Sport link. If anyone who does want to check out that channel, that is also where we're going to be doing our MMA live stream if we do one this weekend. Maybe a little bit of boxing on there as well. And also we have got, I really think Argentina will win the World Cup this time, says Nkossi. And EPL, is it better than La Liga, says G2 Geeks. But yeah, I guess it just depends because, of course, you like to scout out those opposition players for the Champions League when it does come around. And Messi the King, says AB de Villiers. Oh, here's a question for you, AB. Who's a bigger king, Messi or AB de Villiers? Although you've got the king of football there, of course. So which king do you class as higher up on the throne? The king of football or the king of cricket? Do let me know. That's probably quite a tricky question. I'm going to slowly slide down in my chair because this is actually quite comfy. This one. Trailing by 150 runs, a partnership of 11 currently, off 3.2 overs. It's a decent start for England. Definitely after that one's gone down, I think he's in jail. There is us, he's fine. AB says AB de Villiers. I probably should have guessed that one, shouldn't I? Trailing by 150, like I mentioned, good question, Hamish, says Nathan, and King of Cricket, says Jack and AB. And just the Premier League and the Champions League, the other leagues are not that interesting. Thanks for the link, says Nkossi. And there as well. So yeah, anyone else who is interested in Premier League or any other sport that isn't rugby or cricket. In fact, we do actually do a bit of rugby and cricket on that one. So if you are interested in any other sports, do be sure to check out that link. And then alongside that, do let us know what sports you'd like to see or what leagues from around the world you would like to see us try and cover on the Kiwi Lad Sport. Amish, you're sitting on me, says Frost. I see. That is unfortunate for you. I'm probably quite heavy. And Hamish broke in New Zealand bounced back in the second ODI against West Indies. I think they'll be able to go all right in this one. Because the West Indies, they did pretty nicely for themselves. That's a great ball from Yeti. Boy, that swung as well. I think he just got the inside edge and West Indies do good. And I'm typing so hardly, says Frost, that my heroes I love most AB, Messi, Rafael Nadal, and John Cena. And there says ABC. That's another one that some people have recommended us try out, is doing a little bit of WWE, whether that is a pay-per-view or just like a watch-along of a Raw or SmackDown. Quizzes as well, says Far. There, and you're too heavy. My arm just broke. Cheers, Frost. I should mention Kiwi Lads are not responsible for any injuries to come from watching our live streams. Live stream responsibly, kids. Yeti, that was close to his off stump. But it's a good leave in the end from Alex Lees and Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's Nathan in there, but currently one ball left of the fourth over. Yeti making his way back to his mark. Jeez, that was close to the off stump. And Cena, the champ, never give up. And he's on the win, Nathan. Here's Frost. But Yeti, it seems like even though it's been a day and a bit since he bowled last, he's still finding that line of length. He ain't heavy. Says Far in there. Now, nicely played under the eye line there for Alex Lees, and Westside Connection will win. Says Nathan there, but that is going to be the end of the fourth over. 11 for none now for England. We'll make sure that the scoreboard's still updating itself. There we go. It's going to be behaving. But Ollie Pope, the leading run scorer for England in that first innings, 73. Irvia, the leading run scorer for South Africa in the second innings with 73. And good crowd. And yeah, it does look like it's quite full for the third day at Lords. I think everyone knows that it's just starting to heat up in Aussie rules, says Stephen in there, as a sport/league to be able to cover. We could do. I don't really know a huge amount about the current players. I guess as long as we could. That's going to be lobby. But it does fall just safe for the man at short cover. Crawley did not look comfortable playing that one. Like they're saying, just a little bit of extra bounce on that one. Turkey, don't treat me nicely, says Frost. That was off the splice of the bat, which is not what you want. Mainly because not only does it really destroy your bat in terms of the holding it together. That was close to his middle stump as well. It's a nice shot in the end. He's been able to squeeze it out through that extra cover region. We'll get back for the two. And minus 150 for none, says Darren. And also Frosting from Turkey. And that's what the KFC said, says Nathan. I think we're going to KFC on Sunday. We go to KFC probably too often. The stage up wasn't nice, says Nathan. And Archetta here, says Far. Yeah, I do like the bat handle of Zach Crawley, though. I am a sucker for a yellow logo of any sort. Nice hit to the leg side. And just a single down to fine leg. Crawley, he needs a big innings here. He's sitting on roughly what he did get himself in the first innings. Alex Lees, I think, is actually relatively similar to what he got in the first innings in this one as well. In fact, we're going to see it very, very soon. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here it comes. It's coming along. It's about to be England run scorers. Nice shot there once again from Lees. So Lees, he's sitting on 5 at the moment, and Crawley's sitting on 9 at the moment. So those two actually on the identical scores as what they got in their first innings. And Asia Cup next week started. You definitely cover a blockbuster game and the Cricket World India versus Pakistan on the 28th of August on the Sunday, says Michelle. So as long as it doesn't overlap with any other kind of sport that we're doing, it would be quite cool to be able to do it. And as long as I'm not yawning as often. I think as soon as I sleep tonight for 12 hours, I'm going to be all right. Tomorrow we've got Taranaki versus Canterbury, I believe. I'll just have another double check Make sure that is the right stream. I was thinking about doing some NRL in there as well, but I think with a family tea tomorrow, might be a bit of a tight squeeze. Oh, swing and a miss there outside of our stump from Lees, chasing after the wide one for that one. So what we're going to find, where is it? Bunnies NBC, Taranaki versus Canterbury. That will be the first game that we do end up covering. And then actually on the same time as that one is Wellington versus Northland. So we'll do a little bit of a co-live stream for those two. And then on Sunday, I would love to be able to do Auckland versus Bay of Plenty, which is going to be a 2:05 p.m. kickoff in there as well. And then maybe Manawatu versus Hawks. But actually, if the UFC's on, we will be doing UFC during that time rather than Auckland versus Bay of Plenty. So we'll see how we're getting on with the schedule when we do get a chance to play certain games. Because that's the other thing. I wanted to do South Canterbury versus Thames Valley tomorrow at 2:30. So that will also be on at the same time as those Bunnies NBC games. So I'll probably watch that one as well, seeing as South Canterbury is the region that I do live in. Yeti down the lead side. That's going to be a little bit lobby from Crawley. It's a leading edge, but he's got plenty of it. And it does look like it's just going to pull up short. Nicely fielded in the deep from Nokia. But yeah, I see the Premier League, Tottenham versus the Wolves. It's going to be taking place. That is at 11:30 tomorrow night. Then also tomorrow night, there is going to be quite a few other big games. To be fair, we might have to have a look at a couple of them. And then a massive game on Tuesday, just between Manchester United and Liverpool. And sweet Kiwi lads, go South Canterbury, or go South Canterbury, go the green and gold. And Hamish New Zealand will win, says Frost. I hope they have a decent crack in their game up against the West Indies. Yeti once again trying to lure in that front foot drive from Zach Crawley. Still sitting on 11. He's not doing too bad. Hamish, can you sit on Nathan, bro? Because I'm tired. You're too heavy. And now who in the chat has subscribed to the Kiwi lads this far? It's a good question. Has everyone hit that subscribe button? If you haven't already, be sure to hit it. It is hugely appreciated, and we have got plenty more sports coming in the future, such as Premiership Rugby. That is going to be kicking off in 21 days' time, same weekend as the Rugby Sevens World Cup. 7 days' time, we've actually got matchups taking place for the Los Angeles Sevens. And any chance Norm Maxwell get a contract with Byron Kelleher in the future? Get in contact with Byron Kelleher in the future. I mean, the thing is, he has mentioned he's got quite a few contacts in the rugby world, so maybe one day we can try and do like a multi-person one overall. Kelleher, geez, that's a name I haven't heard in ages. What is he up to at the moment, Nathan? People that we know at EFL or EPL, I follow, and my team is Arsenal right now, second position on the table now, and it's Conor McGregor retired. He is relatively until he's offered another big money deal, and then he'll probably go for that once he has offered it. Like Poirier, they might end up running it back for a fourth time if they want to, just because even though it's happened so many times, people would still watch it again. Hamish says, Ollie, hope you're doing well, mate. Currently 5.4 overs down here. Verena, I don't think he's made too many mistakes behind the stumps. I've been a bit upset lately. Says, Ollie, so that's no good for yourself, mate. Hopefully you are getting through it and you will be back to your happy self in the near future. And do you know Technoblade? I do not. Frost Gaming. I know you've put that in many times. I actually had to look up what it was, and I still don't know what it is. And changing your lipstick so colourful, says Nathan. And also my dad's friend died last week. So condolences to you and your dad. Hopefully you are sticking by him at this time, because I assume dad's friend probably a relatively close one, maybe. Or also, yeah, hopefully your dad is doing all right and you are doing all right as well. Irish Bro, is what time by your watch? It's 5:05 here. So at the moment it is 11:35 p.m. New Zealand time. So we're getting close to 12, almost a new day, which is going to be very interesting to see how it does end up going for our tiredness level. So we've got 25 minutes left of this one. More than likely, we will end up going to sleep after this session, just because or else then my eyes will get extremely heavy. But I'll try and set up that live stream for tomorrow And Byron is known to visit some seedy resorts to where there are loose women, apparently. Says Stephen and Allgood. Says Ollie. And there, and I'm a male. Does, says Frost. The picture of Joe Root. 6 overs. Down 16 for none. So England going just under 3 and over. So we currently sit. And that's rude. I just love to eat something. Says Frost. And chills Karen Frost coming down, mum. And Dice says, don't welcome in, not before a quiz. That was close to an LBW. Yeah, we'll have to do one more quiz at the end of the day, won't we? I didn't realize the quizzes would be so popular, to be honest. I thought that they would be more of something you guys consider as like a time filler rather than something you guys want to do every single live stream. Cool lads, I would beat you in Rugby Challenge 4. You probably would. I haven't played Rugby Challenge 4 in a good couple of months, but we have got some videos hopefully coming up. Has anyone told you that you look like Jack Gallagher from WWE? Not really, like in terms of being told that. I guess I can see it because I'm very pale. I haven't quite got the mustache that he's got. He's kind of got more of the spinning one, doesn't he? I'm going to see whether or not the mustache is going to play the game. He's kind of got, I didn't do it. He's kind of got more of that old school British. That's still not going to do it. Almost on one side, it's not too bad. There you go. And now I just got to get the other side going. Nah, doesn't want to. Need some gel or something. That's a nice shot from Alex Lees. Yeah, I can kind of see the comparison. And also, those who say to Karen, other person here, only a Karen, says Frost. And also 42-12, Hamish. Is that to the... Oh, no, that won't be to the Broncos, will it? Because Melbourne were 18 points to 6 up. Karen, experts at typing the quickest. You got this, says Nathan, and you look a lot like Sam Tanner. I do, because someone actually congratulated me. Was that you, Far, who congratulated me on getting 6th in my Commonwealth Games medal, or kind of my Commonwealth Games race? Because I did actually look them up after that, and I was like, yeah, no, it's quite uncanny, the similarities there. It's going to annoy me that my mustache won't spin the way that I want it to. One side does. This side's not too bad. And then this side now is letting down the team. It's got to point upwards, not downwards. Just wants to point downwards. Am I spinning it the wrong way, maybe? Is that how it works? Is that how physics is? And also, we've got there, George, and you playing Xbox game. I really like. Thanks for special stream. And next time, definitely do it once again. And the thing is, we have got ideas for that one of being able to do some Wii Sports, if you guys know what that is. Congratulations, says Far. And yes, that was me. Yeah, well, I actually looked him up straight after, and I was like, oh, yeah, I can really see the comparison. That's about as spun as I can get the mustache. That was a bit of a loose shot. And also, no, my boy Teller, I like the red lipstick, says Nathan. And also, hey, I'm watching you on Discord, says Brandon. I probably can't now, Brandon, just because we're live streaming, but maybe after the live stream, we'll see what we can do. And also, Irish Bro, you're trying to be William Gordon. It's going to be a nice bit of swing once again for Rabada and Small Sports, says Darren there. Small Sports, Wii Sports. Oh, as in like the Wii console. If you guys know what that is, how it's got like those remotes, and you can play tennis and all sorts. We actually have got a video coming up on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel where we play Wii Sports. I believe that's going to be out on Sunday. Oh, Keshav Maharaj going to get an opportunity to have a bit of a bowl. We didn't actually see him in the first innings. And good night, Amish. Hope you have a great sleep, buddy. And yeah, hopefully you are feeling a little bit better tomorrow, Ollie. But yeah, hopefully we do get to see you later on. No, I'm watching you on Discord, says Brandon. I didn't realize I was on Discord. Now, Maharaj, this will be the first attack we've seen. Oh, we, says Darren. Yeah, sorry, I probably said it a bit strange, didn't I? But WII. Bit of Wii Sports, a bit of tennis, bit of baseball. And peasant boy, marry Hamish with your beautiful cheeks and lipstick, says Frost. How about it, Nathan? You keen? We can ship a whole heap of packages out. You could be my merchandise manager. Sweet as. And you look so happy to be in that race this far. Yeah, his post-match interview or post-race interview, I think, won a lot of people over. Guys, thank you. You have to go. Examinations next week, going to study. See you guys. Says A.B. de Villiers. We'll see you later on. And bro, spinning mustache like Chick the Darwin. Says Vishal. Nice ball straight away from Maharaj. Guy, let's set Nathan and Hamish marriage, says Frost. Yeah, a little bit of turn there for Maharaj, straightening nicely on middle stump. Well, I don't know, Hamish Brandon will smash me and Rugby Challenge 4. And also, I'll be palm manager, says Robert. And also, we have got a little bit of spam. We always get a little bit of spam on the cricket live streams every once in a while. Now he's timed out. That's unfortunate, really. A little bit of advancing from Zach Crawley, trying to use his feet to his advantage there. Sure, that's plumb. That's about as plumb as it gets. Crawley's going to be gone. He tried to play the sweep shot. Now, the thing is, during the last one, in the last innings I'm referring to, Zach Crawley was playing a few unorthodox shots without a bat in his hands. He was just kind of testing it out, and now he's out. I don't think you can go upstairs. I think that's going straight through. Dean Elgar, they have praised his captaincy to give Maharaj a go. Says maybe we tell Nathan, or tell Mum, Uncle Nathan said, sup girl, or sup girl, sorry. And also we have got Far, you be asking them question, will you marry Hamish? And no, Brandon. And there is over Maharaj. He's only bowled 1 over. And how's that Hamish? Always great coming back home for the weekends from the desert working. Switching on to YouTube and hearing your voice. Keep it up from Namibia, says Roger. So yeah, hopefully you did have an enjoyable day and week at work. And also, I guess we've got plenty of rugby coming up next weekend. South Africa versus Australia. That's going to be a massive game in the rugby department. And also the Springboks or the Blitzboks Sevens back in action for Los Angeles. We're going to be covering that one on the channel as well. We're going to have some weird time zones next week, but we're going to be covering as much of it as physically possible. I believe we're going to have about 10 videos coming out throughout the week, whether that's lineup prediction videos, lineups being announced, previews, sevens previews as well, maybe match reviews, everything along those lines. One up Hamish Brown, New Zealand in the Commonwealth Games, lost the hockey game and penalties bronze medal match. Yeah, we did get a bit unlucky with the hockey, didn't we? Overall, but still pretty awesome with some of those performances they were able to put through. I remember that game where they were 5-0 down and they came back to draw 5-all with Scotland. Was a pretty big one. Alex better on the mum and leave it alone. Nathan in there. And also there, can you hear the bells? Says Robert. Okay, Maharaj getting a look at Zach Crawley. I can hear some South African accents coming from around the bat. Maybe Rassie van der Dusen. Just letting the batsman know he's there. Ollie Pope, the leading run scorer of the first innings. He's going to need 73 once again, or else England could be in quite a lot of trouble here. Definitely if they lose another wicket in the next 16 minutes, which would be when the break is coming up. That is when we're going to be doing some quizzes, and then I will probably more than likely be heading to bed. And yes, bring her to Hamish. And Blitzboks were brilliant to beat Fiji at the Commonwealth Games, says Darren. Yeah, they had a very solid final and a very solid tournament in general. The fact that in that last tournament, they conceded 5 tries across 6 or 7 games, like that was insanely good from the Blitzboks. I think that stat might be slightly wrong, I will mention, but I know it was something ridiculous, like a lot less than anyone else had for South Africa. So that will be something that we bring up in our preview more than likely. In fact, while I'm at it, I'm going to see whether or not they've announced their squad, because I know that New Zealand announced their team today. Australia announced their team today. Fiji, I want to say, haven't announced their side yet, but I'll have a look quickly to see if it is updated. Samoa announced their side. They have not, unless they've announced it on Facebook rather than Instagram, which is something that some of them do. Whoopsies. That is not how you spell Fiji. It'll be nicely played to the lead side by Alex Lees. And there as well. And also I have heard some changes in coaching staff from the Wallabies. Yeah, a guy coming back into the side after 5 years away, something along those lines. And also Hamish there organising a party and get in there, Kesho. Says Nkosi. Yeah, brilliantly bowled by Maharaj, picking up the wicket pretty much straight away. Fiji extend their Warriors contract. Okay, that's not the one that we were looking for. Okay, I don't believe Fiji have announced their team. I'm going to quickly see if Samoa have announced their Rugby Sevens team, and then I'll also check to see if the Blitzbox have announced their side as well. And Hamish, would you like to have Nathan as your beloved wife? And there says Frost. I feel like this has become like a right ceremony, hasn't it? Right, Blitzbox, have we got information? That was close to the outside edge. I thought I heard a noise. And Frost wants some sweeties, says Far. And Frost, you jealous, says Robert. Injury hit Blitzbox. Welcome back, veteran for LA final. Oh, they have actually, they've gone with their side. That looks like Branco de Pereira. Yep, Branco de Pereira back in the Blitzbox side. So we'll scroll down a little bit further. Box to go for a down under trip. The squad that they have gone with here for the Blitzbox is going to be Makata, Ryan Oosterhuizen, James Murphy, Zane Davids, Angelo Davids, JC Pretorius, Branco de Pereira, Darren Adonis. So actually no Selvin Davids in the lineup. Then Sean Williams, Devolved Human, Sawyers Wapi, Muller Duplessis, and also Shilton Van Vick. So not too different to what we've seen, other than the fact that they are going to be missing the big man, which is definitely having Selvin Davids in there, because he was one of the keys for them in the last competition. And also, I'm from India, support South Africa team, says Avdi. And there's a welcome, mate. I hope you are doing very well. If you are loving these test matches as they do come by, there are plenty of them, that is for sure, that are coming up in the near future. And enjoy your tea party, Frost. Invite Mum, says Nathan. And also, yes, I'm jealous because he won't stop mummy joke, says Frost. That was just off the outside edge of Alex Lee's. I was also going to check Samoa's team, wasn't I? Samoa Sevens. What we got here for Samoa? Have they announced their team? No. No. Not unless something drastic has happened that they forgot to put it on somewhere. Now, Pope at the crease sitting on 4 of 6 deliveries. Okay, 5 days ago, Samoa said that they were going somewhere, but they must not have been there yet. Okay, so a few sides have announced them, but over the weekend we will have a few more coming up. Fiji done theirs. It's on the Fiji Rugby website, says Robert. Is it? I think I just went on the Fiji Rugby website and it didn't have it. Fiji Sevens. We'll see whether or not typing that in. Anyway, congrats to Waikato winning a solid match here. Had a hard-fought victory over Counties Manukau. It will be very handy for them in that department. And the thing is, there's a couple games that are definitely going to be close. And Yeti says, have we got a Fijian? Okay, they've got their current squad. Nice shot down the ground, Lees. That is a textbook cricket drive. Moving into double figures now, I would think, unless this one just pulls up, which it does. Right, we'll go down. We'll find the Rugby Sevens Facebook or Twitter. And do you know if Angelo played for the Stormers? Angelo Davids, I think he did. I think you might be right there, Bianca. Maybe? He might have. I know he played for a South African Union team, didn't he? I think he is the one who was there for the Stormers, because there's a couple other guys who were brought in, weren't there? Like, there's that young fella, someone Blood, who only got like 1 or 2 games. Currently, England are 130 runs behind. He did, says Darren, and you and I got him, says a Robert for the spammer as well, and also leave it out. And there says Nathan as well. Right, Maharaj back in the bowling attack. Oi, that was spinning nicely. A little bit of movement for Maharaj. Currently has bowled 1 over, 7 balls in total, and is sitting 1 wicket, 3 runs taken. I feel like my eyelids may look like they're slowly getting heavier and heavier. My eyes are slowly, they're getting like that just a little bit, but I believe we will still have plenty of energy for the end of the live stream, because we have probably got till about 12:10, and then from there more than likely I will end up getting that Blitzbox squad video done, while also probably heading to sleep straight after. Currently now, they are showing quite a few. Is that Michael Clark? No, it might not have been. Michael Clark advancing the Alex Lees. He has to adjust late. And Hamish, are we streaming South Canterbury games? Says Nathan. I did want to, but I think Canterbury played Taranaki at the same time. But we will be keeping you guys updated with what's happening in that Canterbury game, because a few of them are actually from the town that I live in, which is pretty awesome. And then one of the other guys in that team, he actually played in my South Canterbury cricket team. Fun fact, back in the day. So yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on them, but we won't be streaming per se. It will be when we've got about 3 or so on the go, because I think also at that same time, Wellington play Northland. So I might have a whole heap of mini screens set up, kind of like we're in a sports bar. Big swing from Alex Lees, hits it across the line. He's timed it relatively well, but fielded in the deep from Rabada. Now we're going to get to see one of the first attempts of Ollie Pope facing off against the spin for this over. I'm looking around at all of the, I want to say the ex-players. I'm not recognizing too many. One of them kind of looks like Dale Steyn, but I don't believe it is. It's from South Canterbury, green and black. And there as well says Nathan. And also, where's Mum says distracted? She is currently asleep in bed. But hopefully I can convince her to come on the live stream for tomorrow night. As well be a little bit earlier on. And can't you pull a Chuck Norris? Talk while you sleep. I have been told that sometimes I commentate rugby while I'm sleeping by my parents. Our rooms are relatively close. And Mum thought I was talking on the phone at like 5 a.m. on one random morning, but it was just that I was commentating a rugby game that hadn't actually happened. So I was kind of making it up as I went. It's just, I guess, decent. And also come on England, Joe Root need to go well. And this time says Fatima. And the big thing is, if Joe Root can avoid making his way out there before lunch, that is certainly going to be a handy little bit of a, I guess you could say, an accomplishment for England. There are a couple corks out there on the field at the moment. Of course, when you're popping bottles of champagne, it's very hard to stop the cork from going where you don't want it to. That sounds kind of weird. Haraj, one more ball left of this over. I believe we will have time for 2 more overs. Then we are going to do a quiz, because you guys are very sold on the quizzes. And then after that, we will be finishing off our live stream just for today, seeing as we have had a relatively long day, but tomorrow we should be back for at least one session. And then we get into day 5, which is the juicy one. That will be on a Sunday morning. So that's going to be a tough time zone for ourselves. If I can get like 12 hours sleep tonight or something like that, that would be very handy. Because then from there, I can at least work on the theory that I should be able to be not too tired. And also, did you get the fence built? We did indeed. So we finished the one at the back. That one has got iron on it, and it's all looking very nice and snazzy. The one to the side, because they actually ended up wanting 3 fences in the end done. The one to the side, they wanted to put the iron on themselves, just because they had some that they were waiting on from ages ago. So that one, we just set up the timber, put it all in the right place so that they can just put it on when it arrives. And then also the street side one is all but done as well, with just a little bit of chopping that my dad has to do tomorrow. And Quiz named the first African country to participate in the Rugby World Cup, and it can't be Steyn. He was on a show here in South Africa for the start today. And also 60-12, the Broncos lost. Oh, so that's kind of Warriors type vibes. That's gone close. That's hit the pad, the back leg. It's going to be not out. And Clark's in England, says Robert. Also, it could have been Michael Clark, maybe, that I saw. And those are the games you bet on. You dream the result before it happens, says Darren. And Zimbabwe, says Darren there. And Solid Mahi Hamish, says Nathan there as well. But yeah, it's one thing for sure is when you've sat here for like 6 months doing rugby live streams and editing, as soon as you try and lift anything, you go, oh boy, this is going to be harder than I thought it was going to be. Like even just moving slightly light stuff. You're like, oh, I got to bend down. That's going to stretch the hammies. Who were the Broncos playing? They were playing the Melbourne Storm. Seemed like they're starting to find some nice form heading near the end of the competition. I know that they had a rough patch where they lost 3 games in a row a little while ago. And damn, Robert, what's Melbourne Storm on? Says Nathan. Rabada bowls. It bounces a little bit extra for Pope. Trailing by 124 here for England. 37 for 1. They're not doing too bad. And also Storm, they play the Eels next Thursday, and Hamish is doing it, says Robert. And did Cheese score? Who is Cheese? Cheese. Who's Cheese? And also 60, Nathan, says Robert. Rabada, nice ball. It's played late under the eye line of Ollie Pope, almost going with a little bit of a backward cut. Brandon Smith. Is that who's named Cheese? And who you reckon will win the NRL? Robert says Nathan. There's a few sides who are very, very close to jockeying for that top spot, aren't they? And also Brandon Smith says far. Yeah, as well. So Pope sitting on 5. Lees has doubled the score that he did get in the first innings and won. Nicely played late. And Pope wanting to stay out there for a while. And quiz, what year has England had the best summer? Says Amar. That would be a tough one. I feel like you'd have to go back quite far, more than likely. And Hectic Cheese says Distracted Sports. But yeah, I guess do let me know what quiz you guys would like us to do in 4 minutes' time. And we'll put them all into the chat. And then I guess we could do like a poll. Like we'll have a 2-minute poll of the most popular ones. And then whichever one you guys decide will be the last live stream quiz that we do of the day. And Nathan, for the winner's spoon, it will be Warriors, Knights, or Titans. Old cheesy Murray boy Brandon Smith. And also what year when they won the Ashes, says G2. Maharaj once again going to be bowling. 3.5 minutes left, so I believe we will still get through 2 more overs here. As long as Maharaj steams in. Oh, that was in the air. And where is Jimmy? I believe Jimmy will be in the changing room at the moment. He won't be minding that too much. I've got dollars on the Eels to win the NRL, says Far. I mean, I know that the thing is, if you back a team that are underdogs early and they have a decent season, like you can find yourself in quite a bit of the money. Of course, gamble responsible, ladies and gentlemen. I remember George had a multi with because I had like a dollar bonus bet that the TAB gave me. So I was like, right, George, who's winning this World Cup? Who's winning this competition? Who's winning this? And it unfortunately ended when he said that Ireland were winning the Six Nations. And then France won it, and then that kind of ruined Jimmy Neesham. And quiz on North Harbour rugby players from the mid-90s. Ooh, be a tricky one, wouldn't it? And also, what year did England win the Ashes? Says Ahmad, and also hands it to the Warriors. Although one that's kind of like a yes or no for England winning the Ashes, I feel like that one would be relatively quick. Frank Bunce says Far. Nice bit of spin. So North Harbour, Distracted Sports, what are you doing at this very moment other than sitting there or standing? Maybe. Do you want to come on and help with the North Harbour rugby players? It'll be like a 5 to 10 minute chat, really, just a quick quiz. Keep the brain going just before bed. Let me know if you can. I can send you that invite through. Currently 11.4 overs down. Maharaj doesn't look in any hurry, really. And sure thinks this is Distracted Sports. Right. So what we will quickly do is I'll go like this, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah. It looks like South Africa aren't really in a hurry to get to the next ball of this match. I had to remember what your name was for a second there. There you go. I was just going to type Tony, but that was not quite how it starts. Right, 2 balls left. That is 1. I was surprised, Robert. And also, I've recently played Rugby 22 Nations. It's a really good game. Most international rugby caps by position. That's a very good one. Darren, that would be a very good idea. Will England win the Ashes next year? They've got the advantage of it being in England. So that will help them out a little bit, but it will still be very tough. Be Broncos, Storm, Cowboys, Panthers, Eels, Rabbitohs, Sharks, Eels there in the 8th. Still, that's close. No, they haven't given it. Maharaj, he liked it. Liked it very much. I liked it very much as well. It was actually quite close. I think they want to go upstairs. Do they want to go upstairs? Yes, they do. Right, we did see Ben Stokes dismissed for the final ball of the first session yesterday. Have we got an Ollie Pope dismissal right at the end of this one? There is a chance. Maharaj. Where does this ball go? How much does it spin? Or tell you what, he's had to have hit it, or it's got to go over the top, or else he's in a bit of trouble here. I think the only thing saving him is height, or maybe the smallest inside edge if he was able to get one. This could be a massive wicket. This could be Ollie Pope, the leading run scorer from the first session of the test match, gone. Who do you want to win? I'm still kind of a little bit back and forth. No edge. Okay, height's the only thing that I'm thinking could change this one. Maharaj, original decision of not out, pitching in line, impact in line, and it's hitting its 3 reds. And Ollie Pope, he is gone. That is a massive one. And Maharaj gets a big cuddle from Nitty from behind. He was a very happy man. And that is going to be overruled as out. That was a weird sentence, wasn't it? But that is going to be now the second wicket for England. That's not what they wanted at all. So what we're very quickly going to do before we get into the quiz, we will go South Africa lead by, or in fact, we're going to go England 38 for 2 and trail. That's trial. No, that is not trail. By, you got to get the A and the I around the right way. 1, 2, 3 runs. Nice and easy to remember that number. At the end, this is becoming a novel, at the end of the first session. There we go. Beautiful. Put that down the bottom. That's a massive wicket for Maharaj. Perfect timing from South Africa cricket team. I pull in their African time defence and out. So what we're going to quickly do is we're going to pause that one because that will be copyrighted. We'll go like this. We'll go up here. We'll click this button and we'll make it extra big. We'll remove that. Stop the screen sharing. We'll stick that there. Put that there. We'll get our little friend on. There we go. Hello, mate.
Hey, mate.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Last wicket. Once again on the final ball.
Holy shiza. They're not doing so well in this game, the Poms, are they?
No, they've been struggling just a little bit. Anyone who doesn't know who this is, by the way, it is Distracted Sports. He is below me at the moment. And he does enjoy a bit of rugby, which is why we're going to do a rugby. Rugby most caps, I think, was one that someone suggested.
Oh, really? Oh, what about North Harbour rugby players from the mid-90s? No one was keen on that one?
I think just you for that one, maybe.
What about North Harbour rugby players that have played for the All Blacks?
I'll be interested to see how you go for that. I don't know if anyone's made a quiz for that one.
I'm sure there's probably not a platform for that.
Here we go. We've got the caps. So the gist of this one is as follows. There will be a starting man for each position, the most capped out of any player. So straight away, 132 for the All Blacks at number 2.
At number 2, looking at Kevin Mialamu at number 2.
Mialamu. How do you spell Mialamu?
Well, yeah, but that looked pretty good to me. Kevin.
Or is it Sean Fitzpatrick?
Oh, no, Sean Fitzpatrick didn't get 100.
Oh, he was 90-something, wasn't he?
Yeah, the first player to get 100 was Richie McCaw against France in the Rugby World Cup. Not the final, pool game.
Speaking of Richie, there you go.
Richie will be there. There he is. Number 4, is that Sammy Whitelock?
I think so, and counting, isn't it?
Oh, yes, and counting. Wales.
Osborne, someone has said? No.
I can't see the chat, so you're going to have to be running there for the chat. Well, Gregan, how many did that guy get?
He must have been close to the top.
George
there we go.
There we go. We're doing well.
Mialamu is the one that people was. Oh, okay. I must have spelt the last name wrong.
Thanks.
Oh, Kevin. Wait, is Kevin spelled Keven for him?
Yeah, if his parents can't spell, that's how you spell Kevin. Yeah.
I'm sure that's not how he would have written it down. Alan Wynne Jones has got to be on there, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Ireland Lions. That's O'Gara. Was that O'Gara? Ryan O'Gara.
Nice one.
11, South Africa, man, the fastest man. Barna, thank you very much.
I feel like you were
Romania.
building that one up, and I just straight away went.
Yeah, I know. You really cut my lunch there. You really did. Romania.
Sebastian, we need a Sebastian here, but I don't think he's here. He is
I'm
from
not-
Romania. It would
I'm
have
not-
been perfect.
Yeah, this would be the one moment for you to shine, Sebastian. Your whole life leading to this moment. Where are you? Where the bloody hell are you? I'm not an expert at Romanian rugby players. I've got to be honest with you.
No.
Italian number 8s, I'm not that overly familiar with, or general loose. There's 3 of them. Come on, what do we got here?
I can't think of any Italians other than like. No, all I can think of is Argentina because we saw them recently. So I'm thinking of like Gallo, Lavanini.
Yeah, right, Lavanini, that'll go down. What about the chat? Do they have anything for us in there?
Parisi, someone has said.
Oh. We should be able to get the Lucia prop up here, shouldn't we?
Wales and the Lions. Straight away, my brain goes to Wyn Jones, but it ain't Wyn Jones.
Just write Williams, because just Williams, Evans. Just trying to think of Welsh names. What do we got?
Who's one of the North? No.
Jones. There was
we got
Joneses in Wales.
I think it would have ticked over all our Joneses, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Giovanni, someone had said.
Oh.
Have I spelled that correctly?
Probably not.
Sergio.
Probably not. We need your mum. She was here for the spell check.
O'Driscoll, someone has put for the Irish. Australian winger.
Oh, right. What's the whole other side about? Is that top caps of all time? What have we got looking at?
So those are still our positions. So,
right.
Woodcock.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go. Number 20, 120.
Even more.
Georgia. God, what are we going to do with bloody Georgia?
I don't even know Georgia played 122 matches.
Yeah. You need to be a bit more like a hipster rugby fan to be into Georgia.
Older fella, young.
Oh, I love the way you put that together. Older fella, young. It makes no sense. But then I also really liked it. I hope somebody really clipped it where you said, I gave him a lovely cuddle from behind. It was really, I don't know how you phrased it, but it was very homoerotic, and I was here for it.
Yeah, it came out a bit weird, didn't it? Jenkins, someone has said. Nice.
Oh, there we go. Jetson Jenkins.
Darren.
Great Welsh name. Fantastic.
Oh, Liner. That's a hard one to spell, isn't it?
No,
Liner?
that's that's Liner. Liner. The Aussie player. Is it just Lyner? Liner?
I think that's Far has said it is that, maybe.
Far?
Oh, we've got 10 seconds. Matfield.
Oh, far out. Yeah.
England prop. Big guy. Jason Leonard. No,
he's got like a square head. All right, what did we miss?
Kieran Reid.
Gastro.
Of course.
Kieran Reid.
It was Mirab
Kavarakafashi. Cooper. That's right. I was trying to get out of it.
Oh.
Yeah,
definitely. You must have spelled it wrong.
Yeah, definitely Kakarava was on the tip of my tongue the whole time. Yes. Couldn't quite get it out. Oh, dear. I watched back our chat from last week, and I didn't realize how many comments were about my room. Everyone was like, "Look at that white room." I was like, I rewatched. I was like, "Settle down. Have you not seen a room before? You weirdos."
See, that's the thing. That's why I have the green screen, because if I had this down, like there's just a whole heap of random stuff. Like there's a little golf chipping net over there that I don't chip inside, of course. But
that'd be dangerous. Whereabouts in your house do you shoot? Do you shoot in the lounge? Do you shoot in your bedroom?
in the lounge, yes.
You're in the lounge. So your family are very generous and understanding of you. They just give you the lounge, and they say, and that's what Hamish does. He just dominates our whole house. He runs the house.
Got him a little corner, and then I guess the TV you can still kind of see it, but they normally go with headphones and whatnot. But I guess because I would do it in my room, but it's right next to my parents' bedroom, so it's like they'd rather have me yelling out here than yelling next to
me. Aren't they good? Well, they're lovely folks, your parents. I've always said that about them. Oh, my God. Have I left the show, or is it just me? God. You've gone somewhere, dude. Where did you go? You left me on my own. Far out. Someone went on to... I thought, oh, we must be off, and I was just about to start talking all sorts of crap. But
that was the wrong button.
Yeah.
I tried to go back in the tab of this, and instead I went back in my StreamYard. So, now I clicked on a link.
Oh my God! Holy crap!
There we go. Right, we're back.
It was a great test for someone on their computer. Can you open up a new tab and I just want you to put in the first letter as P, and then I want to see what auto fills after you put in P. Basically,
okay, I can do that. P.
Oh, P. No, yeah, you're a good man. No, you're good boy. Good boy.
Wow, it's my work PC, mate. You can't be doing it. Go on George's phone, and boy, you can see some stuff. I just got distracted. I disappeared for a second. Most capped All Blacks of all time. I see any North Harbour. Yeah, there is.
Well, Woodcock's a North Harbour player.
Is he?
Yeah, Tony Woodcock played for North Harbour.
So hooker, that's got to be Fitzpatrick, doesn't it?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick. Yeah, that's right. Waikato fullback, 82 tests. Who would that be? Cooper? No. Oh no, that's no. Mills Moyana played for Waikato at some stage, but he played more than 100 tests.
Oh damn!
Yeah, there we go. Canterbury halfback was that 81 caps. 81 caps. Just
it was Far who got it, or Nathan as well. Canterbury flank.
You say his first name, and I'll say his last name for Far. How about we do that? We can do it that way. This will be a thrill for him. He's never heard his whole name.
That's true. I always cut it out. So yeah, that was from Far.
Canal.
Even with the gap, it's still like. Is that McCaw?
Did you do that? Far? There we go. Richmond got North Harbour. There's that Ian Jones.
Oh, he knows his North Harbour boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Wellington Centre. Smith?
No, Umaga.
Sorry, got a bit excited. Is that Neil?
It could be.
Yep, spelt Kevin with an I.
Yeah, exactly. That was weird. The last one, that was definitely wrong in the Yokata. Oh, fly half. Who's the other? Mertens?
Oh, old school.
So, I hate when the things that are there's an H in there. H after R. Oh, jeez. There we go. That'll do. No. Oh.
Pons?
Andrew. Can you put Andrew first, or will that come up?
Andrew. Pons.
Maybe it's not Andrew Mertens. I can't think of who else it would be.
Colin Slade. How many tests do they have? Like 2.
So yeah, Mertens is spelled MEHRTENS.
I listened to that one. Probably not. I think MER.
H. Take out the R. Here we go. No, but take out the H.
That one or that one?
Yeah.
That does not look right.
Okay, let's just start. Delete it. Let's just start again. MER H TENS.
Hey, it's not him.
What? How can it not be him? Oh, I'm outraged.
Someone said Brooke as well. Okay, Robin Brooke. Oh, and Zinzan, I think, got crossed over on the other side.
Okay, fantastic. Wellington wing. Well, Martin only played on the wing for them a lot, actually.
Or would it be Lomu?
Lomu! Yeah, there you go. Wellington loose forward. What's his name? Oh, lovely bloke died. Died in Japan, of all places, in a car accident. Played a lot of tests for the All Blacks. In the golden era, I think he won Collins, yes. Isn't it?
Right.
Oh, flip. Well, I'm glad I went through his whole bloody life. Okay, where are we at? Canterbury fly half that played 70 tests. That's your region.
Is it?
Yeah, well, you're a Cantabrian, aren't you?
I guess so. The Lock, surely that's like.
Otago by Jeff Wilson.
I think we did get Jeff in there.
Oh, I can't see the other side of the screen.
That's one of my problems. I zoom in too far.
Well, yesterday we had this big issue with all the logos, and we were really scratching on what we thought were like the last three. And then you scrolled up, and there was like 16 really obvious ones that everybody missed that you didn't show anybody.
Sulialo.
Sulialo. No. Rodney. Rodders.
Marsoi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Lock for Canterbury.
Okay, North
Maxwell.
Harbour prop. Who's
Norm.
Slade?
Oh, no, he's Mel Maxwell. Surely Norm's on it. No, he's not.
Benefiki? Well, like, so when it says prop, that's how many games they played for North Harbour, yeah?
I believe so.
And that's it for their province. Benefiki, did he play 61 games for North Harbour? BEN. AF. Oh, that's as far as I go. No, those two. It's true. Afiki's the second name, I think.
Fiki. Oh, we ran out of time.
Oh,
it was Mernans.
What the fuck? Oh, that's wrong.
It's all right.
It's how I saw it. That's not how you spell Andrew Mernans. That's not. Oh dear. And also we had Distracted Sports like 5-second takeover of the Kiwi lads there. Did anyone else notice that?
Right, we've got a few other guesses in there. Chris Jack was correct. John Kerwin, Sulialo. Okay.
Tony Woodcock. How did we not get I thought we got Tony Woodcock.
Did you know we still had all of these guys too?
Walter Little. Yeah, I know. I feel terrible. How did we miss all those? Because we never looked at that side of the screen.
Mertens, eh? We'll never forget it.
Yeah, we spent a good 75% of our time trying to spell Andrew Mertens, I think.
And then decided he wasn't there.
Yeah, it was a real defeat for all of us, that one. Oh well. Sorry, team.
All Ireland most cap 15. You got quite a few Irish subscribers.
Yeah, but let's not go there because that's no. I'll go Brian O'Driscoll, and then I'll run our names. I'm quite familiar with the current squad, to be fair.
Oh, top 10 all-time most capped.
Okay, we'll give it a crack. Should we give it a crack? Give it a bash?
I think we almost did this one already, didn't we?
139 caps, but that's not right.
Like when was this updated? This was from 2010. Good luck.
Jesus.
But it's got to be Gregan, doesn't it? That was one spelled Gregon.
So this won't have any All Blacks on it because the first All Black to get a ton was Richie McCaw in 2011.
So you're probably looking at Matt Field.
No, he wouldn't have got there by that. This is like solid old players now, like pre.
Someone said Gregan.
Australia. Who got to a ton in Australia?
British and Irish Lions and Irish. Surely. Oh, did O'Gara have it by then? No, probably not.
No, Driscoll. He probably didn't have it by then. Oh, this is
almost too hard now.
This is a true. John Schmidt. No, I think John Schmidt got his in like 2014 or something. Man, there's been a lot more since then.
Well, don't accept that if he was there. What's the quiz? It is all-time highest cap rugby players from 2010 and before.
So
like it's updated in 2010.
So there's no All Blacks because we know that.
Bills? No. Yeah, he's Bill Eels.
France, Australia. Who are the Australian? John Eels? John Eels.
Someone tried him and he didn't have it.
Oh,
unless I spelled it wrong.
Eels, EELS. No. Yes, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let's get one. Let's try.
Yeah, I don't know how much time they give us. We've got a few Aussies. Who are the old school Aussies? Blanco,
Well,
someone said. Nope.
Michael
Seller?
Lyon. Nick Farr Jones? Nick Farr Jones?
Jones is a good name. No. Williams. There's got to be a Williams. No. Fat Joe is far.
John Eales, Nick Farr Jones, Michael Liner. Michael Liner? Michael.
Hey, it got to be that last name, eh? I think it's that spelling.
You reckon it is?
I think so.
No, Mortlock is definitely not there. But I could be sharp. Whoever said Mortlock. I'm sorry.
Warren. Montgomery. Percy Montgomery, eh?
You reckon? Maybe. Give it a shout.
No. Little. Oh. No, we haven't got the Kiwis.
Little. Big.
Cam Peasy. Actually, I learned how to spell giant from a kid's show because it was Jai and then ant on the end. Fun fact.
Wow.
That was when I was about 18. It was really eye-opening, you know.
You learned that at 8.
I was about 3.
No judgment. No judgment here, man. It's all good with me, buddy. Kearns, no. Who else? English. Cockerel. Yeah, ER. Cockerel.
This is hard.
This is really hard. Seeing it's like freaking 12 years out of date.
This is like almost before my rugby watching era.
Well, it should be in my kind of thing, but I was smoking a lot of weed during these years. This doesn't go online, does it? Okay.
No, just have to eat it, you know, just piece it together. That can be like a part how it's like I was smoking a lot of weed and then just have your F-bomb drop straight after.
Yeah. And then, there will always be a time where the Kiwi lads just consisted of me being on the screen going, what?
George Cregan's number 1. Obviously, they wanted full names, not just last names. I feel ripped off.
I thought George Cregan was what we wrote. What else is in there? I can only see Jason Landon,
George Smith.
Philip Sellar. We wrote that, didn't we? George Smith.
We wrote Percy Montgomery, but we just went Montgomery. O'Driscoll, we just did O'Driscoll. They obviously weren't accepting.
I reckon part of our issue is, look, I don't mean to blame a team member, but a big part of our issue is the driver. You know, the person doing some of the spelling. But hey, let's not blame Fozzie. You've still got the locker room, Hamish. You've still got the support of the locker room.
This one's as of 2009.
No.
What was this? See, that's the thing. You need it to be updated, or else it's real hard, isn't it?
All right.
Oh, most cap rugby players for each country. When was this one updated? 2020. That's still.
We'll give it a bash, eh?
There's a lot of names here.
So we have to go through that many of them. Okay, let's start with New Zealand.
The top 10 for each country. We've got 10 minutes. Here we go. So, White Lock. I think they accepted white. So I got to go White Lock. McCaw.
Woodcock. Carter. Mialamu. Muliaina. Will they accept Mills?
No. Muliaina. I swear I spelled it correctly earlier.
I'll go on some spell check for you.
Wyn Jones, someone has said as well. No, they're not accepting Wyn Jones. They just accept Jones.
Are you ready for your Mills Muliaina spelling?
Okay.
MILS MUILIAINA. Did you get that?
I didn't really, but I made it up as I went. Was it correct?
Let's have a look. Did it get in there? No. MULIAINA.
Yeah, you're not there.
What? Hold on. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's out of the top 10. Is there? Because he only got a bang on 100. There we go. 108. Who are the other two?
Barrett's got it. means Retallick must be up there too, is he?
Has
Or
he got
not?
there yet?
Where's they mean Metallic?
No, I don't know. I don't think Retallick's there yet, is he? He must be
No,
close.
I think he's recently got the 100, hasn't he?
And Mills, by the way, he's got bang on 100. So Nonu, by the way.
Nonu? Umaya? No.
No.
We got someone's coming clutch with the South Africans.
Oh yeah, John Schmidt. John Schmidt, Victor Matfield, yeah. Who else is in there? Well, Eben Etzebeth just got there, so that's Percy Montgomery.
Although he might almost, he's with the 100.
Percy Montgomery.
Montgomery. Yeah.
Very nice. That's the best spelling you've done today. That you really redeemed yourself there.
But Mertens. That spelled right? No, that might have been wrong.
Mertens, isn't it? Who are these other two sneaky little pesky All Blacks? Aaron Smith.
Yep.
There we go. Who's the other bugger?
So we got Beast. Do they accept Beast? They gotta accept Beast.
Get your kits off.
Van der Westhuizen.
Yes, well done.
I'm just reading.
Van der Westhuizen did the best ever tackle on Joan Lomu in the '95 World Cup final. Hamish, that's the best ever tackle. The best ever tackle done on Joan Lomu was done by Van der Westhuizen. Fun fact. Let's look at the Aussies, eh? George Gregan. Peanut, Rowan, Peanut. Oh, look at this.
I love the chat. They just help me out so much. Adam, Ashley, Cooper.
Very nice. Very nice. We're going to get England's in the any English people in the chat. Yeah, Gavin Hastings. That would be for Scotland, wouldn't it?
They didn't accept.
No, well, that's how can you not accept Gavin Hastings? He's awesome. Maybe just on the criteria. Pablo Matera. Oh. Where's Lavanini? Does he sneak up there? Lavanini?
I doubt it. Lavanini.
If he didn't have all that time off of being banned, he might have got in there.
Because also, number 10, Sanchez, he's the one that I'm after. There we go. He's the top of the bunch.
So,
Youngs is the one for England.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I was about to say, this is my second YouTube collab this evening. I don't mean to I feel like a bit of a tart here, but yeah.
Like a bit of a brag.
Yeah, we did like a little podcasty thing to see how it would go with me and 2 cents. It was good fun.
Yeah.
In the flesh.
A couple of years, he's never reached out.
He knows about you. He doesn't reach out to anyone. He doesn't reach out to anybody.
Need to take him for coffee, I think.
Yeah, you got to wine and dine him. Okay. George Gregan, Michael, Nick Farr Jones. Nick Farr Jones isn't up there. Stephen Moore, very nice. Oh God, Johnny Wilkinson. How many tests did he get?
Enough.
Oh, there we go. We did it. Some other greats of the Delalio, yeah, and who's the guy that won the World Cup in 2003? What was the name of the captain? It's got like a face like a mutated Lego man, just one big brick. What is
James Haskell?
I'm sure he wouldn't like that coming to mind when I was this.
He's the only player I can think of from like older days.
No, he's from 2003 World Cup final. Robinson, he's not there. Is Robinson in there? By any chance? Oh, Jason Leonard, very good.
Robin or Robertson?
Either or. I think it's Robinson. What's the name of the captain from the 2003 World Cup? He won the World Cup. The only Englishman to do that. English captain.
Only Northern Hemisphere fella to do it.
Yeah, it's pretty. Holy moly. What do we think of that? How much more time have we got? We
are sitting currently with 3 minutes left.
Okay, let's Ryan O'Gara. Let's get some. O''G''A''.
I think it accepted, did it? Yeah,
Open it. There we go.
Who else is real old? What about old Toner? Is Devin Toner up there? No. He's been about, you know.
He's been about. Is the chat giving you anything good?
Someone called you a YouTube slut.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? Who did it? Tell me their name.
It was Darren.
Darren, it's okay. Darren can get away with it. I like Darren. I don't know who Darren is, but it's okay. Okay. Johnny Wilkinson, Jason Leonard, Ben Youngs, Philip Seller. I'm just reading names here, Tony. What are you doing? What other is there someone we haven't got anyone for? It's Italy. Have we got any Italians on the list?
I think we got a couple. I managed to squeeze a Stuart Hogg in there.
I'm glad you managed. It's good to know you squeezed a Hogg in. That's good.
Wales, of course, they're all Jones.
Yeah. Williams, is there a Williams in it?
Yes.
Yes. Evans, is there an Evans?
No.
Okay. Evans. Did you do it with an S?
Yes.
We did all right with the South Africans. And there was no Gavin Hastings?
No.
No, he's
all right, lads. How's it going? Sebastian, where you been? We had a Romanian centre with the most caps. We're going to work him out.
It's your big moment to shine, Sebastian. Oh, well.
A lot of Welsh boys, isn't there? Scotland. What's a Scottish name?
Jock Hobbs, which is not. That's actually the former CEO of NZR, Jock Hobbs, and a former All Black.
Jamie Wells.
Jamie Wells.
That's what someone said.
Just something Scott. Just type in Scott.
What's a Scottish name? Graham.
McCulley.
McCloskey.
McDowd. Sorry, that was sounding more German than anything. Or a
McIntyre. That's a Scottish name if I've ever heard one.
We're really close. Okay. Let's. Who's this piece? We haven't got all the All Blacks. We should be able to get this other guy. Aaron Smith, Bowden Barrett, Martin. I know who else has got got their flowers at the end of a game.
Patterson for Scotland.
Oh, fantastic! That was from the chat, wasn't it? Peking duck.
Ross Ford, and that probably gives us no one else. Sorry, I thought George Ford was. Oh, is it Ryan Crotty? No.
No,
Did we try Umar?
No, he didn't get there. Any other forwards that would have got there? Anyone on the locks? Did you try Retallick? Maybe Retallick did. Maybe it is Retallick.
Wyatt Crockett.
No, he wasn't. Was it? All right.
Owen Franks.
Oh.
That's the right position, just not the right guy.
It would have been right if it wasn't. It would have been right if it wasn't wrong. Very much.
George North. Try my
bigger.
north-south scenario. All these guys still playing.
Yeah, that's pretty. Lee Halfpenny, yeah, like bigger. I think we wrote bigger, but we wrote like bigger, smaller kind of spelling. You know what I mean? Danny
we tried him, but they didn't accept the spelling.
Dang, Margaret.
James Slipper, Kepu Guinea. Okay. Kubeli's in there. Nice
Nathan
one.
Sharp, Sakopi Kepu. Guinea. We should have got Will Guinea.
Was it Hartley you were thinking of?
No, that's not who I was thinking of, and the person I was thinking of is not there. I'm going to Google it now because that's not cheating now.
Johnny Sexton. I think I saw someone put Sexton, but I forgot to type it. Conor Murray, Earls. Yeah, Ken Healy, 119, going all right. Doing well.
Rugby captain. Who am I?
How are you with your flags?
Oh, let's give it a bash. Why not?
You're pretty handy with flags, would you say?
I wouldn't say that. Martin Johnson was the man I was thinking of, by the way.
Okay. Flags of the world. I'm about to try and blow your socks off. Are you wearing socks?
I am actually. What kind of?
You got
They're pretty boring
slippers
socks.
on
Would
as
you
well,
like to?
or-
Would you like to see them?
Go on then.
I'm pretty old, so hard for the old flexibility. Look, they're the
Oh,
socks.
but fancy. Did I
They're
see a
not-
hole in the toe?
Oh, nothing. Holy shit! There's going to be a lot of boners out there now. A lot of foot fetishes, so I better put
Really?
those
Well,
away.
you watch this, mate. These are built a fence, right?
That's it.
Look at this. It
Wow. Holy shit! That's more foot than
right.
anything else.
is almost, yeah.
Oh,
Straight
Christ.
through the bottom of it. Pants are dirty as well.
Somebody make
That
a
wasn't from the
donation.
building. That was from the accident.
Can somebody make a donation so we can buy Hamish some socks?
I have pineapple socks, but I made the mistake of wearing them in gumboots, and now they aren't. Like,
Can I be honest with you?
Mhm.
I didn't realize how lofty my socks were until I wafted them around up here. Now I've just come back up into it. I'm like, this is turned into an unpleasant place.
mm,
All right,
flags of the
flags.
world, eh?
Let's do it.
This is my zone.
You like flag? Oh, you're a flag aficionado, are you?
I'm a little bit of a flag boy, so they're going to pop up the top, and all I want you to do is just tell me what flag it is, okay?
But you're gonna know what it is, aren't you?
More than likely, like within a couple guesses.
So you like testing me, or are you?
Yeah,
It's not
little
a
bit.
team. So it's not so much a team effort. Okay, all right, let's go then.
Yeah. This is more of an ego boost for my bad spelling. Like,
Okay, I can. Why did you start memorizing flags?
I don't know.
Intercountry. Oh, okay. Which one am I? Which are we starting?
The little picture up on the left. So
Little picture.
this one.
Oh, that's whatever that is. Holy shit. Kazakhstan? I don't know.
No.
Cyprus. It's a
Mm-mm.
country. I wouldn't have a clue. Wouldn't have the foggiest.
Starts with N.
It's definitely not Nigeria. It's not the Netherlands. It's not.
I'm interested to see if the chat say it.
Are they
before.
helping?
Not yet. Not yet.
No,
No one's
no.
got it quite yet.
So this is a country starting with N that looks
It
like
is,
that.
yes. Mm-hmm.
No. These are all wildly like obscure countries. This is the whole.
Sebastian knows it.
All right. Nepal.
There you go.
There we go.
Now this one.
Oh, that looks like somewhere in Europe. Is it the Netherlands? It's not the Netherlands, is it?
Not quite, no.
Somewhere in the
It's all
Balkans?
flag.
Somewhere in the Balkans, around that area of the world?
Couldn't tell you, I just know the flags.
Why did you get... So you don't know where these places are in the world?
Not really.
Why didn't you learn the location, you Wally?
I probably should. This one is... Sebastian's on it. He loves his flag. Luxembourg. How about this one?
That looks like a hate crime. What is that? That's enough. That's because they got a slogan on it. Like, we will not be. What is it?
It's just a little bit of white, a little bit of black. Luke was shouting Palau, Ghana, Cameroon. Wait, looking at the wrong ones.
All right. Because we can see some down there that we know, but what the blooming heck? I wouldn't have the foggiest for that one.
Okay, so this one is Swaziland, or as it is now known, Eswatini.
That's Jamaica.
Yes, it is.
That is Poland.
Nice one.
Kazakhstan. Is it Kazakhstan? No. Is it a
Same
star?
colours almost. It's not a star.
That looks like it's an upside down symbol from Star Trek. Actually, you know the little things they have on their chest.
Okay.
So I want to say, what are the live long and prosper people? Oh, that's West Side. You know, live long and prosper. What are they? You know, your Star Trek at all?
Nah, not really. I just know flags.
Why did you get yourself into flag country? I'm live streaming to all of the hundreds of thousands of people on the Kiwi Lads. You probably want to stay out of the shot. What flag is that, though? She doesn't know. St. Lucia. St. Lucia. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, that is Palestine?
No.
Oh, it looks like Palestine. Palestine has like a thing there.
You are right. Yep.
Oh God. I feel like I should know if that one looks familiar to me. Croatia? No, it's not Croatia. Czech Republic.
There you go.
There we go. Ghana. Well, you're obviously wrong by you doing that at me. You flag aficionado, you. Cameroon.
You got one other one.
Oh, I've got one more guess. Is that what I've got?
No, one more in that region.
Senegal.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oopsies. Spot wrong.
Well, oh, there we go. Well,
There we go.
Oh, what on earth is that? That looks like a presidential stamp. Senegal. I'm still. Anyone in the chat? Helping with that?
Sebastian's actually got a majority of them.
All right, what is that one, Sebastian?
See if he's got it for you. Everyone was guessing Senegal.
All right, that's good. What is that one? I have no idea. Wouldn't have the foggiest. Bermuda? Barbados? No, that's not it. Belgium? No, it's not Belgium. Belarus? Belize? Is that a country?
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
You ain't getting this.
That looks a bit Pakistani, but it's not Pakistan. Turkish? Is it Turkish? Turkmenistan?
Should I just put it in?
Okay, what is it?
It is Mauritania.
Oh, so what did anytime I see these ones, I think Palestine. Is that Palestine?
Quite.
Why do you humor me by writing the name when you're like, I know that it's not, you silly Billy.
Iraq.
Is it Iraq? Oh,
there's a skip button as well. I should be.
No, we don't skip. No. All right. Anyone in the chat for that one?
We've got Darren leaving. He's going. See you later, Darren.
Darren said, I've had enough of this shit. We came here to get some test match cricket. I've got a Wally trying to guess flags. That's
true. The cricket has actually got back underway, but we weren't actually going to be doing that session, so I feel like we're all good.
All right, Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay. That one looks familiar.
Mm-hmm.
That helps, eh? If it looks familiar, is that half a point? It's one of those small countries that
you've said it before already.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
What is that? Turkestan. Is it a stan?
It is a stan.
It's not Afghanistan. It's Turkmenistan. Afghanistan, Pakistan. No. I've forgotten my stans now.
Have you ever watched
Afghanistan? Oh, Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. Oh, so close. Or not. Kazakhstan. No.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go. Oh, what is that? So what did you do to memorize all these? You just flick through a flag book for days, or?
I used to have like a flag magnet book that I got from school.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, they just stick in my brain.
Stick in my brain.
So I don't know. This is the Central African Republic. There you go.
Oh, okay.
You have Uber Eats where you are.
Do I have Uber Eats?
Yes.
Yeah, I do have Uber. I had Uber Eats tonight.
Did you? What'd you have?
Had an Indian. Little bit of a curry. It was good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Butter chicken, was it? Or
No. It was I don't know. I kind of let my partner order it all. She knows what she's doing. very spicy. She likes it very, very spicy. But there was a lot of chicken dishes. There was some mutton. There was a cheeky fried rice in there. And she orders tons of it, so they've got it for days, basically. So yeah, that was fun. Oh, okay, yeah. That's I forgot about the game.
You almost just half said it.
Belgium? No.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have a fun game for you.
Yes.
Uber Eats now offers gift cards.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And you seem like a knowledgeable bloke, okay?
I don't know about that. Don't know what will give you that impression.
For a $10 Uber Eats gift card, can you name all 50 US states?
No. The answer to that question. The answer to that question is no. Can you do it? No, I can't. That was it. I've been given the hard word from the missus to actually get to sleep. So this is before I launch into the 50 US states or like the 12 that I probably could get. I must bid you adieu, and all of your listeners adieu. And I'm sure that there's been lots of complimentary comments about the wall behind me, which I look forward to reading later. You know, has there been some good stuff out there?
Yeah. Oh, to be fair, other than when he mentioned about you being on multiple YouTube channels, other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing.
Well, yeah, I did read back, because I remember last time I had a chat with you. We had a chat. It was nice. I felt like I was just Zooming someone, really, you know, having a chat. And then I was like, oh, shit, that was actually on the internet. And then a couple of days later, I went back and I watched it, and there were like people saying, this guy, what a mug. He looks like he looks like he's a busker. There was somebody else saying, I like the guy that was here on before. This guy sucks. You know, like, so, I thought, thanks, guys.
Lovely world out there, isn't it? Yeah, Sebastian has said we'd rather pay for the effing food. It's more honourable.
All right, yeah.
For the US states?
Yes. Well, you and your listeners can maybe do the US states, but I must bid you adieu before I... you asked the other day, you thought that I was married. I was married. I'm so good with the ladies, I get to have another crack at it. Married, divorced. I reckon I'll get 3 divorces before I die. That's my goal. Goal.
So you've got one at the moment?
No, I'm not married. I've got a partner I've been living with for quite a while.
So you aren't. So you have been divorced though? I
have been divorced. I was married,
and she knows that you feel you're going to have another 2 divorces.
She's okay. Okay. No, I don't think. I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly. But I think 3 marriages is clocking life. Don't you? You know,
it's like having isn't the average amount of jobs someone will have is like 12?
I want to be part of the next breed of humans that the average amount of marriages you have is 3. That's that could be the next step of human evolution. Could be. All right.
Thanks for coming on the channel, mate.
No, it was great, and it was what a treat it was to. Total distracted sports takeover of the Kiwi lads for about 5 seconds. Because I honestly just thought, we both must have been booted off. So I sat there and I was like, what the fuck?
You see a comment from Far. He said, it's somebody's birthday. Is she hot?
Can you say his name again? Sorry.
So it's Far.
Canal.
Yeah. There you go. We have fun.
Well, we do. All right, man. Look forward to doing this again at some point.
Yeah. I'll see you later on, mate. Sleep well.
I will sleep well. How do I get out of this thing?
I can remove you here if you like.
All right. Okay.
There you go.
Bye, everybody.
There we go. But yeah, nonetheless, that we actually went for 50 minutes doing quizzes. Okay, he is now disconnected down the bottom. But nonetheless, I think that's almost going to be the end of this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick wee update on the cricket. While we are at it, I was just about to open the tab. I should probably not do that until I have cancelled out of screen sharing. But currently, I don't see any more wickets having fallen for the English. And I would be correct in that manner. They are still going as we currently sit. And yeah, will be interesting to see how it has developed into the later stages of the next day. Currently 41 for 2, and Joe Root recently making his way to the crease. But nonetheless, Thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all